man, brother.
You got this shit.
This battle, let's give the background on this.
Man, yeah, I feel like when I started getting known a little bit, one of the people that they said they wanted me to battle was Illmac, because you know he's like the final boss in the writers. You know, the whatever that Mortal Kombat screen is. You know, Illmac's like at the top of the writers. You know what I mean? So like, I feel like it was one of them battles that people always wanted to see. You know what I mean? So. And then, you know, we were super cool. We sparred on the phone with other battles sometimes, and I was, you know, I might have showed him my A-Ward rounds, and he showed me shit for Nitty, shit like that.
He sent me his workout playlist.
And then, so then we were like, around the compliment battle time, we were like, yo, we could start like promoting it, like, I'll diss you, you diss me kind of shit, right? But then he's so good at promoing, he was actually starting to piss me off a little bit, which was good though, because then it was like,
no, was it?
No, it was good for me because I
know. That's all I'm saying.
I had no hate in my heart for Matt, right?
Yeah.
So in the beginning of prep, it was kind of like I needed to pull from something, pause. You know what I mean? So like the thing was his promo, and he kept doing it over and over again.
We did the most promo. Well, you know, our battle had the most promo on but our battle had like the most. I did the most promo on everyone on the card, man.
You did. Yeah. I would have, but I was like, I also don't want to. The weird thing about promo is you have to know what to
where
do.
Your material is at.
Yeah. And I
you don't want to telegraph a punchline. Yeah. I mean, either there's just stuff I knew I wasn't gonna call you Joe. Whatever. But like,
I was like, this would be a horrible.
We're at the gym, man. We're like just laughing about like that. Like we're throwing out hella,
shit,
like
right?
we're just throwing. I was just throwing out hella ideas about like the workout. You know what I mean, and all the different things. Cause like I want to sell this fight. You know what I mean? Cause I was hoping it would be the classic. You know, and then it would live up to that. So, and I'm not a fight seller usually either. I'm I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna be mysterious, and I don't want to give anything away. And I'm like, I'm this like mysterious, like lyrical chess player. You know what I mean? But I was like, with this one, I went into it even before his book, knowing like I'm gonna probably take a little bit of the heel role, like the villain a little bit, which I never have done and never do really. But I'm like, I want to push it and push the envelope, and also like. Just to try to get the hype to what I think this battle deserved. You know what I mean? Sure. So that was like my thinking going into it. I'm like, it might even make me the villain, and obviously it did. For you, it's to an extent.
It helped me finish my third. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe it did work. Maybe that's the round it helped with.
No, but it was also because like I said. I joked about the Doctor Strange shit, but that's kind of like what you do battle sometimes, right? So the fact he was promoing, I was like, damn, he's done. Like he's done writing. Yeah. And it was like 2 weeks out or something. I was like, bro, this guy probably got some crazy shit right now. But
that's
like,
funny. That's
because then you get in your own head when you start watching shit like that. And then the thing with promoing is it's always high risk, high reward kind of thing, right? So like if you do a whole bunch of promo and then you lose, you know what I mean? Like. That's gonna get remembered, and then if you do a whole bunch of. But that's
people quote tweeting promo. Remember this?
right.
Like when I did the stare at the camera, when they're like, no one could 3-0 real sick, and I was like, put the zoom in. But shouldn't have posted that.
The thing is though, like I always know the final product is the battle. That's why like I'm not into face-offs too much and shit like that. It's literally just. Hype until the battle, which is gonna, if you're good, it's gonna overshadow the promo and all that other shit anyway.
That's true. I mean? It'll speak for itself. I gotta take a piss real quick.
All right, go for it.
Just to prepare for this marathon.
So I guess I'll go into like what my strategy and shit was for this battle. Like,
no, let's just talk shit about Illmac. He's not here. He's got
how much does he really bench?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He's never benched in his life. We don't do bench.
You know what I mean?
We do resistance
lied about that shit.
We do resistant bands and Pilates, dude. No, I'm kidding.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so for you, he was on your checklist. It got booked. I know that this got booked a long time.
It did. Oh yeah. That's important to highlight. So we got booked at the end of January. The battle was April 14th, 13th, right? But I got married in March, so there was a whole bunch of wedding planning and shit going on.
Yeah.
And SIKH weddings are like, my shit was like 8 days. You know what I mean? So like, there's like 3 main events, but it's like there's something going on so like half the month is gone. You know what I mean? So like, I was like, there's going to be 2 weeks at least in March where I'm not going to be able to write.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ended up being like maybe 3 weeks. I had like 1 week in March where I could really like prep. And then I also wanted to enjoy the shit, and I've been thinking about battle rap, right? So like I was like, let me just I'm gonna go through this, let me try to write as much as I could write. And then like I was saying before, I kept thinking defensively. I was like, he might say this, so I gotta do so. Like I said earlier, some of my biggest reactions in this shit was from me thinking he might say this, so I should have something like this ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's a testament to how much of a strategist Illmac is.
Yeah.
And how much like the fear for his pen.
Yeah.
That it's like, damn, he might do some crazy thing, so I gotta have like a, beat him to the punch kind of thing.
Yeah.
So what my strategy was with this, I was like, Mac is always gonna be good on camera. You know what I mean? So I was like, I've been learning how to deliver punches and shit like that. I know how to shake the room.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just want to overwhelm him with just like reaction.
Yeah.
I want them to react for long periods of time, and I'll let them react and run the shit back.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be that because Mac's shit is dope, and it might get a lot of like, and I wanted to have the boom, and then, like the crazy people reacting for 15, 20 seconds. I'm flexing in the camera, right? Like all that shit.
The optics of that look good on your side, for sure.
But the thing that is also you'll see in this first round, we're going right after Ill Will's third, which was one of the rounds of the weekend.
Oh, this was Will and Jay was before
Will and Jay was right before this.
Yeah.
So the first like half of my round, I feel like they're recovering from Ill Will shit.
I do remember that. There was like a lot of like, okay,
people are slowly coming back in and shit like that. And then on top of that, this round is my first time rapping my rounds at this volume because I had bronchitis that week.
Oh shit!
So I was like, just hope for the best. There's times where the crowd's reacting. You'll see me like cough real quick, because I was like holding in the coughs and shit like that. But so like the first half, I feel like that's what's happening. And then last thing I want to say about my first is like I knew it ended so crazy that I was like the dry spot thing. Let me have some jabs before I get to the haymakers and shit. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what I was.
And like you said with
the
the Tay-Rod, that's such a good point. Like people only remember the fucking huge haymakers. You know, they're not even talking about the rest of his round. I don't even remember that his round was that dry.
I don't remember how what was between when I raised this 1-9, you know, 9-1-1, whatever, right? To the seatbelt. I don't even remember what was in between that.
Totally.
But like that's what you remember. So, but it's like little shit like that. How I've learned to manipulate dry spots and shit like that to where it's not a bad thing. And it actually looks doper on camera if you're just rapping through your shit.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
So that's a good point. Do you think how you approach this battle, like from a defensive standpoint, do you think that strengthened that approach to where you're going to kind of apply it now?
Well, I had to learn to be on offense with my defense because so I was giving credit to you as a writer at how much I was thinking defensively, right? To where I'm like, all right, like I need to, I needed to snap into the offense part because it was not forming the way it was supposed to when it was only defensive. Because it was like I'm like defending something he didn't even say yet. You know what I mean? It's like like you know how like Jin used to like rebuttal a Chinese joke before it happened.
totally.
And it's like nobody even said that yet.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, you look kind of weird doing that shit. Like,
Yeah.
So I was trying not to do that. So I needed to find a way to make it a weapon. You know what I mean? Like, and we'll get to those bars. But yeah, I was saying my strategy was just to like milk every reaction I got, because like to if I get a 10-15 second react, all the energy and all that kind of stuff, because like when I was watching your battles before the haymakers, you would still get a lot of like right, and I wanted it to be so now when you go, now the strategy was to try to drown you out with reaction.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
Come on.
So there was a super chat. Is the guy that said we missed it. Yeah. I haven't watched it. I doubt you have. But have you watched Jay and Rock?
Yeah.
How do you call that?
Absolutely. Jay.
Yeah.
People are gonna say, I mean, it's pretty clear. I think.
Whoa,
like,
really?
The first two, for sure. I think Rock got the
Wait,
third.
was the third one that he like kind of like apologized for or something like that? I saw that on Twitter. He was like, I didn't. It was.
I don't know.
People are saying he like came at URL, and he's like, that wasn't the intent of that round.
Oh yeah, I think somebody.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it. I
mistaken
seen the
it,
tweet, but I haven't seen the battle. But it didn't look like an apology as much as just giving context.
Just clarification. Yeah. His first two were crazy, and then like.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
So,
I like
2-1
that
Jay.
Jay's. I would give it 2-1 to Jay. People are gonna call me biased regardless, but I mean, I'm happy for Jay. Jay's on a crazy streak right now.
Yeah.
He found something else to get him, motivated again.
Yeah.
Just like Mad Flex.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Exactly. The Mad Flex battle
Real
started
Deal.
it. Yeah.
Who else did he have? Battle
Geechee.
Yeah, Rock. He battled Geechee. There was somebody else I feel like he battled before.
Wait, where do you battle Geechee at?
I don't
URL.
know, but I just know it
It's on the
happened.
app.
Oh, it's on the app.
Yeah, I think it was on the West Coast somewhere.
Damn. That's
Chat, do y'all know?
Yeah, chat. We'll just ask
Well,
Geechee when he gets
yeah.
here, but still.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, his run right now is fucking phenomenal, and you're right, his like mode that he found that really fits him is like perfect too.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
So this was right after Jay the Nightwing, Ill Will. So there was a battle before this that took place that was really, really fucking good.
Crazy.
Ill Will possibly had his performance of his lifetime. So
Will went crazy.
overall, this event was very ambitious. 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah.
Really.
And 6 days worth of battles.
Yeah. It was a marathon. There was 10 battles each day, I think, maybe even more. And of course, they're like 90-second round, 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
Really not. They went longer than that.
And our battle was one of the ones that I'm glad you brought that up, because people were like, "What happened to the clock while we're rapping?" We were one of like the main event
headline.
battles.
The main events,
So like we didn't have that. Now, granted, we're probably the longest battle on the card. How long is Daylight?
Oh, Daylight Round was longer than you
That's
guys.
long.
Yeah.
So we're the second longest
yeah.
battle on the
Rightfully
on the card.
so.
But,
Also, it's like
it needed that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
needed it,
Like,
and it's like the battle. I feel like at least for a big core that had history, had build up, had like this stylistic where it made so much sense for it to happen. Like I feel like the importance of it had to. We had to finish thoughts.
There was just so much shit to talk about. I was like, we can't 2-minute round this one.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
So like coming into that, off of like, this is day 2, so the audience had already seen a whole
So
day
many
of 10
battles,
battles, and then before this, as many battles as took place along with Ill Will and Jay.
Yeah.
So the fact that you guys even got the crowd like engaged this much was saying something, man. They're pretty burnt by this point,
And it's not like the crowd, like without Houston is an amazing fucking crowd.
Yeah,
the fact that
they're fantastic.
they still reacted as much as they did, you know what I mean? But like, it's shout out to them, bro. They're all standing for that long, and bro. Like,
it's
crazy.
Shout out to y'all, man.
hard ass concrete.
Salute to TBL too.
Salute TBL.
Kenny,
Come on.
Chilla,
Amazing event. Historic event.
Yeah, this event is, in my opinion, the closest to Battle Debate 5 any event has ever been. Maybe since like World
Summer Madness.
Summer Madness. I mean Battle Debate 5 in terms of
volume.
People want to see you as much as they want to see your guys' battle as much as they want to see Swamp and Chess. Like people were as engaged for every genre of battle rap possible. Every flavor was there. Everybody wanted to see every battle. They weren't like
dope as hell.
So far, to me it felt as engaging as, and there was something there where we all felt like a big community, like everybody.
Yeah,
I didn't feel like
sure.
there was anybody like, oh, you're from that team or this. We all felt like this big culture.
Yeah,
And I thought that was really good.
It was fire. And that's another reason I think only people like me and Ill could rap that close to the end of the night.
Yeah.
Because after all those battles, because nobody raps the way we do.
Facts.
That's on that card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, it's still like new to the ears of the fans, even though they've been watching all these battles that happened so far. You
And
know?
this day 2 card was like pen heavy.
It was for the
You know what I
it was
mean?
more
Like,
for
and
the
I feel
fans.
like it was the perfect battle to go. Wait, was Chilla and Verb after us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
And
was-
then it was Daylight and Raw.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just that build up, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's live, man. Come on. If it don't say premiering, it's live.
All right, there it is.
Let's go, round 1. 300 on the floor.
Let's get to these intros.
Shout out to my boy. He just
Dial
asked,
it to my left. Talk to him.
right the dude asked right before. He was like, "Yo, can I put some money on this battle?" And we're like, "Sure."
Like it ain't
shout out to
judged.
him. Money is money. Shout out to him. But like, I didn't know it was it was gonna be presented like that, because now it just looks funny to where it's like, usually when people put money on the floor, it's like $3 grand, $5 grand, something. He's like, I got $300. Like, damn,
But
bro.
what if it was in ones? Then it
Yeah,
was like a lot. You know?
Shout out to my boy though, and his shout
Hold on, I gotta adjust the audio really fast so it's not all distorted.
Got you. You ever not have anything to shout out? Like when you give your intro, and that's when you get the, you know what it is, like you know what I mean? Like you just say yeah. I never know what to shout. I like.
At the very least, I'm gonna just be like, Illmac, winter is coming. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
I'm always like just hyped to battles, so I'm like,
yeah. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? Not to be a downer, it's just so many of the, you know, cherished or revered members of the community pass. It's like every fucking other battle or whatever. It's like, you know what I mean, paying respect. That's what I try to do
for
as
sure,
well, you know?
for sure.
All right, let's see. This
They
is
said
still-
300 is big in this economy. Yeah, you
Real
can
shit.
get one card of eggs with that.
Houston was good.
All right. I think that sounds a little bit better. Yeah. All right. Let's do this shit.
See, SIKH Jersey. Houston was good. That's all
All right,
right.
legend.
Yeah. Yo, it's Illmac. Rest in peace, Bishop Brigante. Put that fucking mirror down now. Winter is coming. Let's go.
Let's go. Rest in peace, Bishop Brigante. Listen, we didn't flip. Real SIKH chose to go first. Top of round 1. Let's work.
I like that. All right. So what was the deal with that?
Like
Why'd
I
you
told
wanna
you,
go first?
like I told you, my strategy was like when I have my material done, now I could visualize the battle a little better. So that's why I said I wanted my round to be So when he gets his reactions to like to basically put him in a deficit, right?
Yeah.
My strategy was, ever since I battled Twerk, and Twerk told me he never felt like his energy get matched until like our battle. That was high praise. So I'm like, because he's the definition of energy.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, so when he told me that, I was like, maybe I could start using this to my advantage, to where me going first is never really going to be a bad thing, but that's the risk, because he's a good rebuttaler too. So now I'm like, I could give him something that'll get his momentum right back up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the risk is that you're kind of gambling with.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
facts. Yeah.
But the goal was, and the first round is always like a tester. Like, let me see what they're reacting to. Do they
Yeah.
like when I do this? Do they like when I do that? Whatever.
Yeah.
And then that's the beautiful part about this round. It's like I see what they react to, I see what they don't, and then near the end of the round, I start kind of like,
Figuring it out.
Yeah, I went up to SIKH before the battle and was like, yo, I'm trying to be on this side. And like choosing side, he's like, I don't care. And then he's like, I'm trying to go first. I was like, cool. When I walked away, I thought about it for a minute because there was time between the battle, and I literally thought, I told you, I thought exactly that, of like, he could control the energy from the start, it might be, and then what So I was debating, being like, nah, flip that coin because after I
we
solidified my side. So I'm like, as long as I'm on the side, he well, then let me get that side. and I was like, damn, that could work against me. But then, but the other side of it, going into this battle, I told myself I wasn't gonna rebuttal because I believed in my material so much that what I didn't want to do was rebuttal, forget what round I'm in, or have any sort of any little variable that could take away from my performance and my momentum. I didn't want to do. So I'm like, sometimes when I rebuttal, you know, I'll lose where am I at or whatever, and I'm like, I want to take out all those variables because I think my material's strong enough to stand alone. So I was like, I'm not gonna have that rebuttal edge, you know what I mean? But then what I ultimately landed on was like, I believe in my material, and if I can have the last word with my third, because my third was like my favorite round I've written in a long time, if not my favorite round, I'm like, if I can just let that be the last word, then fuck it. I'm willing to do that, and let's see what he does with the energy. But it was like good strategy on your behalf too. But
I learned when I learned I could do that, I was like, let me start trying to take advantage of this shit.
All right, let's go. Round 1 on SIKH. Top of the first.
Let's go, SIKH.
Bronchitis.
Y'all can hear me? You good? Yeah. They said, what if he rap over the time? I said it don't bother me, he could. He 39 and broke. He been rapping longer than he should. What you, what you gonna give me, words of wisdom? I'll press the issue. You saw today's mathematics? 762s. I treat Mac like a track list. Take his features and rearrange them with no words. Mama told me don't speak to strangers. One hit wonder. Release a banger, see you later. Ali and Frazier, teeth a break up. DNA ya, Aaliyah playing your heat eraser. Or I swing a rake. Let's go! Let's go!
Like that I gotta learn to just rap through it, because that would have been a bigger reaction. But it was just, I kept hearing like and I'm like, I'm not done.
But I mean, the way you did that was perfect. It was like, let's go, and then it was like, oh, okay, let's on.
There's sometimes like early in my career where I did it like too early, like it didn't deserve it. You know what I mean? And now I just look weird as up, like let me go, and nobody stopped me.
For sure.
One hit wonder. Release a banger, see you later. Ali and Frazier, teeth a break up. DNA ya, Aaliyah playing your heat eraser. Or I swing a razor, Swiss cheese your face up. Either way, I gotta run something by you. I need a favor. He ain't worthy. Either way, I gotta run something by you. I need a favor. He ain't worthy enough to meet God. I see his savior. I send him to Steve Jobs. Mac about to meet his maker.
The screaming definitely didn't help my bronchitis either. That shit, I don't know why I was screaming so much, like knowing that my fucking voice was messed up. But I feel like I got 8 bars in, gone.
That line is crazy. Also, the side note, that line is insane.
I was trying.
The Mac bars have been done, but that flip on it is insane.
So good.
Really good. And look, hey, you see my defense at work, knowing you're gonna shove, like that you're shoving as soon as you come toward me. I just noticed that.
I see your savior. I
like, watch as soon as you start coming along.
Like, stop! Meet his no means no. He ain't worthy enough to meet God. I see his savior. I send him to Steve Jobs. Mac about to meet his maker. Clapping out the black G-Wagon after the detail. Raise at him. Brain matter splatter with these shells. Big gauge. When the shotgun the dashboard tell me fasten passenger seatbelt. Squeeze chop.
Hey, Big Geech walked in the building with a paper bag full of snacks, man. What's good, man?
What's good, bro?
Sick in the motherfucking building.
Sick. Can you hand me that headphone on the left?
This one?
We barely started. We're like
12
halfway through his first. He hasn't got a reaction yet. Just to get context. You know what I mean? He got booed a little bit before this, just so you know. He kind of choked, so just to give full context. So what you missed?
Back home.
Get you in the house. Let's go.
Come on.
Shotgun and detail, raise at him. Brain matter splatter with these shells, big gauge. When the shotgun the dashboard tell me fasten passenger seat.
Hold on a second. I'll switch you with me.
It was just 6 projection.
Blew the speaker out.
yeah.
There you go. Behind the scenes.
You got to do the finesse.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it.
Like a little shortage in that one.
What's good with you, Gotti? You good?
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Come on.
Hell yeah.
Clapping out the black G-Wagon after the He ain't worthy enough to meet God or see his savior. I send him to Steve Jobs. Mac about to meet his maker. Clapping out the black G-Wagon after the detail, raise at him. Brain matter splatter with these shells, big gauge. When the shotgun the dashboard tell me fasten passenger seat belt. Squeeze the chop at him. 3 shots dead him. The breath he breathed got lesser, but he gon' beatbox better. Blood out his nose, look like he sneezed hot peppers. Y'all said he a Mac.
I was telling him earlier I had bronchitis this whole week.
Oh,
so I got my voice back this morning. And then now, so now it's the first time.
Rest, man. You did good in this fucking battle, man. You making excuses for it.
Nah, I'm not.
But some people think it was a dub. That's crazy.
I was just whatever.
3 shots dead him. The breath he breathed got lesser, but he gon' beatbox better. Blood out his nose, look like he sneezed hot. Y'all said he a Mac. Let's see if his system's a machine processor. Stick with the metal. Sick in a pistol, that shit go together. Trigger finger with the Berettas, Dr. King with Coretta. Die with these Siamese, connected twins at your center. Cotton Eye Joe, I can spin with the steppers. Telling us that.
Where did he come from?
Where did he come from?
Die with these Siamese, connect the twins at your center. Cotton Eye Joe, I can spin with the stepper. Telling us that he ready to scrap, his head to get smacked. Till he forget all his raps. Then the second attack help him remember them back. Boy acting all cocky, till his weapon to clap. Let's see if he full of himself. When I empty the Mac, that king of the...
I had a feeling you was gonna laugh when I started rapping like that. For some reason. Because it's all. I had a feeling. So when you did it, I was prepared for that. Because when I thought if I did it, I'd be like, "Fuck you laughing at that."
Nah, I wasn't laughing at that. Right there, you got Avo so hype he took his shirt off. Damn, that's what I was laughing at.
You can't see it.
Yeah, he just ripped it off.
That king of the dot chain, the only necklace that you had. I snatched that piece off you while you
I'm so pissed right here because the sound man made me tuck my shit in. Awesome. And I was like, that's why I'm like, I'm like, you made me tuck my shit in. But my shit don't even be swinging like that. You know what I mean? Like, I trained it to just.
I don't know why I thought that was funny as hell when I thought of it. I was like, that's some petty ass shit to just say.
Super good.
I'm defensive. That's the line
like, wait,
that pissed me off the most. Yeah, I'm like, but it was also in like, because I was gonna just pull it out after the like at the start of our battle, but that's what I meant. But also the chain. But it was like intertwined with the mic, with the like mic cable. So I was like, it was like tucked up underneath it or whatever.
Dude.
But yeah, look,
behind
see,
his
that shit
ear.
bothered me.
Only
got in my
necklace that
head
you
with
had.
that
I snatched that piece off you while your head is still attached. Behind his ear, he got 667 as a tag. Cause to him it sound like 667 when he raps. Gun in your grill. You gon' hear the devil when I laugh.
What was
Look at
that?
What? The 6.
But yeah, 6 it sound like 6.
Sound like 667.
I didn't get that either. Damn, that's fire. Let's go.
667 is a
Come
tag.
on, shout out
Him
old
sound
boy
like-
with the 2-piece.
You'll see I went to hell and then came
You
back.
say you still sell merch?
Yeah.
Come on.
DM me, man.
Yup, hit the direct.
Hit the direct link.
Gun in your grill. You gon' hear the devil when I laugh. Look in my eyes. You'll see I went to hell and then came back. Really turned to a demon. Need an exorcist for that. No gun charge, but still got possession with a Mac. Whoever got your back. Ain't ready to fight with hands. One punch, hit you, then it'll strike your man. Extend with the right and land. And go from the third person to the first person. Like Eminem writing Stan, Illmac.
I thought that was crazy.
It go from the third.
Context of like you, him, and him. Yeah, that's fire.
It go from the third person to the first person, like Eminem writing Stan.
Yo, Illmac was the nerdy guy. Stacking up words that rhyme, that cat from the burbs with a backpack and a Urkel vibe.
Got cool with Geechie,
Then started to rap how to burn a fire. All the packs he was serving. Finally got tatted at 35. What you thought?
I don't know when you got tatted. What you thought? Switching your image and help your income rise. He lying about hiding to work when the pigs run by. Talked about 1 weed charge for 20 battles. Even if he did some time, Mac a bitch with a sentence like a pickup line. You used to rap. What?
Tried to make
Mac a bitch with a sentence like a pickup line. You used to
connect the Mac flip to the weed shit. Yeah, that's crazy with the punch.
Mac a bitch with a sentence like a pickup line. You used to rap non-violent. Yeah. You used to.
Hey, this is a good point though. Zach said I think Stan is technically first person the whole time. Just from different perspective. All right, so erase that crowd reaction. Just remember,
all right, I should have got booed then.
Yeah, take that. Don't give him credit for that punchline now.
It's like a pickup line. You used to rap non-violent. Yeah. You used to.
Somebody
bitch with a sentence like a pickup line. You used to rap non-violent. Yeah. You used to. You used to. Mac a bitch with a sentence like a pickup line. You used to rap non-violent and said that you different. Now you got gun bars. We ain't forget that you dissed him. A shot have his energy shifting. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Special Olympics. There's 2 words.
That's insensitive.
I'm here for that. That energy.
I think they're very valid prizes for valid games.
Hey, that wasn't a diss to the community, you know what I mean? Shout out to y'all.
Shout out.
Shout out to the special.
See, so from like here to the end of my round, I knew was like crazy.
Yeah.
That's why I had what I was saying before about like the testing out the crowd, what they reacted to, all that shit. Because I knew I ended so crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
His energy shifting. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Special Olympics. There's 2 worlds. What?
Crowd angle
What's
too.
that?
This whole event. Your round is the only.
With the crowd angle
too.
Hey, that shit looks fire.
To be your own people, yo. That's crazy.
Let him work.
You try quietly. Let him react.
You used to rap non-violent and said that you different. Now you got gun bars. We ain't forget that you dissed him. A shot have his energy shifting. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Special. There's 2 worlds in battle rounds. Hold up.
Chico
Caught it again.
Oh, you just got that?
Hey, yo.
Was that fast?
Oh, you just got that?
I thought that was.
Yeah. She deserved a stupid prize. Whoever just got that.
A shot have his energy shifting. Play stupid games, win stupid
Is this the
prizes.
3rd running back or the 4th running back?
Yeah, that's why I said
Christ,
it's a cheat code. You know what I mean? Now it's a concert. Now everybody's the crowd participating.
Yeah.
This ain't a setup with it.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Special Olympics. There's 2 worlds in battle rap. The backpackers and the smack rappers. Y'all be getting booed on URL. Can't make a crowd react after. I battle you and Pat and Nitty and Twerk. In both worlds I have stature. I'm the hybrid, that rhyme and punch. I'll make the glass shot.
I think you meant status though, but
I said stature.
yeah.
Is
But I
that
think
different?
you missed it. Well, stature is like your height.
Here
like
we
your
go.
size.
Breaking all my
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? So just throwing it out there. You know what I mean?
They both work.
But technically, you do have. Everybody does have a stature
yeah,
of some
some
sort.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm dope in both worlds.
All right, so
You get what I'm
erase
saying?
that one too, chat.
Man, punch. I made the glass shot.
See, so that was something that came defensive. I was saying a lot of my shit came from thinking defensively. So one of the ones was, you might be thinking I'm gonna do this, right? The URL shit. So I was like, let me just clarify what I'm gonna really be saying. With this
Yeah.
shit, you know what I mean?
On both sides, I'm good.
I battle you and Pat and Nitty and Twerk. In both worlds I have stature. I'm the hybrid, that rhyme and punch. I made the glass shatter. You bring your style to Summer Madness, you trash. Look at the last match that I had in Houston when disaster did that. What you gonna say, I'm too rapidy rap? You backpackers gotta sound like sick just to get a reaction on smack. That's the NBA. Oh, the fuck I am? You backpackers gotta sound like sick just to get a reaction on smack. That's the NBA of battle rap. Facts are the facts, gotta cross over and shoot threes. Master the craft, so don't lie. Like at the Rucker, you stacking up cash. I seen Max contract, his old salary cap. What kind of legend?
On the way to the big one, still hitting.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. I was like, I wanted to drop.
What you gonna say? I'm rapidy rap. You backpackers gotta sound like sick just to get a reaction on smack. That's the NBA of battle rap. Facts are the facts, gotta cross over and shoot threes. Master the craft, so don't lie. Like at the Rucker, you stacking up cash. I seen Max contract, his old salary cap. What kind of legend gotta remind us about the status he had? Every battle he had, he talking about the battles he had. Begging for respect. You want us to clap for your past? Wait, I made a connection. Matter of fact, when Pat stayed past, you got his face as a tat on your calf. You knew with a sense of humor, he'd be laughing at that. But it's crazy, you got a tattoo, a pat on your leg, but gotta beg the culture to give you a pat on the back.
Spit all over my face so much right there.
My bad,
I like that shit.
Fuck, dude, that's
Is
crazy.
is the tat on your calf or your shin? I didn't know. I just knew it was on your leg somewhere, right?
It's basically on my calf.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's like on the side of my leg.
That shit was fucking nuts. Though.
That so
Jesus
that was the first bar I
Christ.
thought of. The pat on the. But I made, when
Yeah.
you start writing with it, this
Yeah.
shit rhymes with mad shit. So
Yeah.
then you just start
You
piecing it all
backtracked,
together. Yeah.
Fuck, that was nuts.
Yeah, that's insane, bro. And the road to it is so dent and punching the whole time too. Fire.
So crazy.
That's-
Also, the way you painted the narrative of this battle worked so well in your favor of being like, you don't matter here, I matter here, and even like what you thought he would say, you basically made the narrative off the jump. Super hard.
And you made me like in the eyes of the crowd, the narrative you paint before I get to speak is like, I'm a op. Like, he hates gun bars. He always talk to. I'm like, what, man?
Yeah.
But it don't matter.
Yeah.
That because
you're saying it.
and you're saying it, and it's like that narrative makes sense.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he's one of the other, he's on that side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's also utilizing your familiarity of having battled in Houston, being comfortable, knowing how to read the land, and it's really smart for that. You know
The shit that I thought was, because URL battles and they throw events in Houston a lot, that a big event like this in Houston, most of the people coming out will be URL fans. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So in my
I
head,
figured that, for
in my
sure.
head, I was like, this is like Mac's first URL battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what I was. That's how all of that shit was put there. Yeah, justice for Pat too.
For real.
And then all of this was just me mad. This was all the aggression. This was all the aggression from the promo and shit you did. I did the Will Smith.
You know what the fuck I am?
Yes. No, but this part is funny too. I'm like,
Keep my name out your fucking mouth.
Hey, yo.
it's crazy they said it with me too. Like I said it slow enough for them to see Pat in the back.
See how many more times you gotta hear it. pissing me
What
off.
kind of legend gotta remind us about the status he had? Every battle he had, he talking about the battles he had, begging for respect. You want us to clap for your past? Wait, I made a connection. Matter of fact, when Pat Stay passed, you got his face as a tat on your calf. You knew with his sense of humor he'd be laughing at that. But it's crazy you got a tattoo of Pat on your leg, but gotta beg the culture to give you a pat on your back. Blood splatter your cap, look like a MAGA hat from the snap. I'm imagining that while you talking about how fast that I rap. You'll say I sound like Big Pun, and I'ma put him in the trunk. Then I'm really packing a Mac in the back of the Jersey, bitch! What the fuck you playing with? Jersey!
Crazy round. Top of the first.
Go, Mac.
Though, like, did you feel like damn, like he was bombing?
You know, okay, you know what's crazy? Is toward the end of his round, and then when he landed that, I kept looking at, I like looked back at Pass a couple times, and I'm glad he wasn't looking at me, because I literally, I literally was gonna say, not enough, because I felt like the whole top of his first round in my mind, from my POV, was like that shit wasn't hidden until the pat on the back, which it was when you watch it back. But like in the moment, and no, I was for me, my first was like, my first is my most palatable, my strongest and punchiest round. You know what I mean? So I was like, I think I'm and like going into that round, I was like, I'm gonna kill that round. I'm gonna kill. After about 12 bars, I was like, oh shit. Stay alive. Like after my 12 bars, you know what I mean? Like, nothing's in. Like I thought my first punch out the gate was gonna shut the bill. You know what I mean? Like I had, and so I was like, I was super confident going into my first.
And then y'all battled on day 2, right?
We were the third to last battle.
Battle on
So
day
like,
2.
it seen mad battles already.
Yeah, and then it wasn't as many people on day 2 there, so people probably was leaving close to the later round. But y'all actually still had a lot of energy though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? That you would think, you know what I'm saying? For a battle that happened, like you say, third to last on the second day, a lot of people leaving, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all was able to keep that energy up for sure.
Yeah, I was too confident going into my
Let it work. Let it work.
I don't care if it's annoying on cam, if the building likes it. Like running it back and shit like that. It's a cheat code, bro. If you and like we were saying before, all of that shit rhymed with pat on the back. So if I'm breaking the flow of that up, I might fuck up a word or something like that.
For sure.
I kind of have to.
No, that round was crazy.
Yeah. Thanks for your $2 though.
Yeah, good looks.
Beautiful. Come on, Mac. Let's go, Mac. Let's go, Mac. Legend shit. Let's go.
Yo, y'all hear me? Yeah. I won't say you rap like Big Pun, cause that shit done sloppy. But you are up here sounding like Big Pun. Jobby. Pro.
Not the predictions. I was doing that too much.
Yo, you gonna say
I hate, my bad. I hate doing that, but I feel like I was doing it. I caught myself. I was doing it in the beginning of the round. And then I was like, all right, let me stop. I think I got one wrong, but you can't tell. Like, I think you said like sick with the edge, and I thought you was gonna say like sick in the head. So I think I say it, but then you didn't say it, so I was like, all right.
But the syllabic lip flap matches, so like just start doing that. Like when you catch a multi-pattern on their before their fourth bar. Just
you just said I think I did that with Hole in the Wall. Or one of them. That's the gift of the curse of rhyming so perfectly. You know what I mean? Like you could telegraph.
Yo, you gonna say I rap like Big Pun? Yo, I was being a wrestler ass voice. Kind of crazy. Scaring off all the hoes when he talk. He probably banged testosterone in his toes, so we don't notice the marks. I was with some hoes in Port Arthur. Showed him a photo with those. No one knows who you are. Your new name brand, Kool-Aid Man. Only way they know this juice head picture from a hole in the wall. Oh, juice head picture. Should have ran it back.
Oh yeah.
But in my head, I was just like, no run back. I wish I would have ran everything
I'm
back.
telling you, bro, it's a cheat code live.
Oh yeah. This shit throwing me off. Like you get extra swole points if your clothing is small. I guess if you got it. I said this shit throwing me off.
I was like, all right,
you
bro.
get extra swole points if your clothing is small. I guess if you got it, then flaunt it. Like the hoe that you wore. Could be a classic, what some critics have said. All depends on him if he's shit in the bed. I'll catch him at the gym with his friends and he the same religion as them.
See,
which
I thought it was
means
sick in
he'll
the head.
literally be carried by 6 when he dead.
And I was wrong.
Bitch, lift with your legs. Listen.
Lift with your legs.
That was a small
Proper form. Listen to the shit that he says. This multisyllabic machines, mechanical schemes don't have any steeds. I heard your tracks and they scream virgin with a capital V. That's why the only open doors you actually see are connections that you have that are ring like janitor keys. I said the only connections that he have that are ring are based off connections like janitor keys. I fill them with lead, wipe my hands till they clean, ice pick, do his temple instead. That to my genes, mental sickness, then my family tree. What's my defense when he dead? When I pick sick in the head, that's my insanity plea.
That's crazy. Let's go.
Soon as they transfer
I
the
think probably around that punchline, I was like, shit ain't
Yeah,
okay.
man, fucking
Don't
with me.
just sell it. Because I was like, oh, this round is not going out. Like I thought every fourth bar was just gonna shut this shit down. I'm like, okay, it's not okay. Just keep at it, man. Just keep going. You know what I mean?
That shit was crazy though.
Let's go. Soon as they transfer the fee, I've been on my job. My Connect was my first reference. We used to link down I-5 off the 3rd exit. Tree in the trunk lock, bread in the glove box, and never swerve reckless. Phone clean, burning for the dirt, but we weren't texting. See, before Apple TV reinvented the term severance, we deserve credit, because we spent our whole lives keeping the work separate.
That's a crazy set.
So, I ain't with the snitching and the capping. Our lifestyle's different than the magic. When you say you a gym rat, I assume you go to the gym and you been ratting. Shit, catch me in the whip, dipping into traffic. As soon as I get a grip, shit'll get unfastened. 20 in the clip, extended the attachment. I missed 4, but he ate 16. Now we intermittent fasting. Fuck it. Fuck getting a reaction. I ain't gotta talk.
That's where I was just like, fuck it, bro.
That was a freestyle.
Yeah, that was just fuck getting a reaction, man. I'm over it.
Fuck getting a reaction. I ain't gotta tuck a mop stick. Could catch a bug with chopsticks. Run the clock, get fucking clocked by the same hands I punched the clock with. Ain't think I'd fold him at his legs, now he rolling in his grave. Like what a plot twist. Watch this. I get the ox into events. I get your
Look, you couldn't even see past your whole round. Just to put it in context, right? The hosts are behind SIKH's right shoulder screen side. He's fully on my side. And so I'm just like, I have to fight for the middle. You know what I mean?
Hey, that shit looks tough though.
rolling in his grave. Like what a plot twist. Watch this. I get the ox into events. I get your top slit like it's past. Get your top slit like I'm trying to open a box lid in his flesh. I'm hip to my flaws. I can admit if I lost. Long as I got sick with the edge. But even then,
You ain't cut from
Wake
this
up!
Every personality's got something that's taught. We all watch Ninja Turtles, but you stuck in the
flex more,
plot. You a multi-machine rap android, and you punch like a bot. To think I'ma lose the Krang's bodysuit, I can't stomach the thought.
I should have shut the fucking building down, man.
You ain't cut from this cloth. I said to think I'ma lose the Krang's bodysuit, I can't stomach the thought. Your balloon will get popped, Ruger get cocked, something like ginger, lemon, turmeric chopped in the juicer we got. As soon as I got sick, bah, that's my immunity shot.
That shit is crazy. Lead up to it,
You should
I
stop.
should have been a run
Immunity
man.
shot.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
Cock, something.
if he starts running all this shit back,
I ran all your shit back. I'm like, I didn't run one of my bars back yet. In my head, I'm like, bro, start running your shit. I was expecting him to do it, like I was doing it for him.
I meant
you know?
like
Rap
rap
battles.
run your shit back.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, next
yeah,
battle.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you just do
I
that.
can't
Your next
I'm gonna
battle.
just get. And on the watch, I'm gonna just give him the manual run backs. You know what I mean?
Oh, your balloon will get popped, Ruger get cocked, something like ginger, lemon, turmeric chopped in the juicer we got. As soon as I got sick, bah, that's my immunity shot. You should stop. I don't know how to say it. You're not cool when you rap. This how a loser would act. Bro, you got the personality of somebody that used to be fat. So when you thinking about why you not amounting to a superstar, it's probably because you up
actually
here
used to be
looking like
skinny
a
as hell.
bouncer at a hookah bar. Yo, but to be honest, that market will fit him perfectly. Cause being built like a security guard is part of guarding his insecurities. See where this cat's hole? That said that market will fit him perfectly. Cause being built like a security guard is part of guarding his insecurity. See where this cat's whole image and his rap flow bridges ain't working any new muscles, so he plateaued in it. Example, your angles.
On the like the hookah quick like strategy note, because like when the bouncer at a hookah bar, when I wrote that and placed it, I was like, I don't want to be jokey at the end of my round, right? Like that, but I cut a lot of fat in that whole thing, and the garden is insecure. I'm like, but if I use that moment of humor, what I wanted to do going in was switch speeds a lot, because I figure you would just be on 10, so I'm like, what I want to do is hit the punchlines, dip into show versatility, you know? So I'm like, I'll drop the little quick 2-bar joke or whatever, the bouncer, the hookah, and then go make them pay for it with a bar, the guard, security guard, and his insecure. And so like, that's how I was thinking strategically of like, if I place a joke, it needs to be followed by something that makes them pay for the joke, at least in the first, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean?
I said example, your angles, underwhelming. You don't punch like a great. Humor of a dumbbell. No wonder he stayed pumping them weights. Long setup through a gun bar, name flipper, something that's safe when you got nothing to say to the one in front of your face. Tired ass flow. Every build-up's a bunch of the same. That's how your writing structure relates to how these muscles inflate. Just a bunch of fluff built up with no functional strength. Like,
See, that's another reason I wanted to go first, because I was like, if you start breaking my shit down before I do it, like it's gonna take the punch out of it. You know what I mean? That's another, like, I didn't say any slogans this one except like at the end of my third, because I was like, you're the type to make that like a attack against me. You know what I mean? Yeah,
for sure.
That functional straight shit is
Crazy.
one of my favorite.
Crazy.
That shit was fucking insane, man.
Crazy.
There's
like
a
your
more
music.
in-shape crowd.
Trash. All I do is spaz. I'll shoot his ass while he doing a stupid dance at his Zumba class. Totally flash. Your music trash. All I do is spaz. I'll shoot his ass while he doing his stupid dance at his Zumba. Totally flags. They find his body somewhere in the woods like nudie mags. I'm not sure.
That bar is crazy too. The nudie bags.
Yeah, the finest.
That would be like
somewhere in the Thule flash. They find his body somewhere in the woods like nudie mags.
That's nuts.
He's tried the carnivore diet, but I assume he has. Try vegetables. You do cardio? I'm skeptical.
3 times a week.
At the gym slamming heavy weights around like wrestling moves. No re-racking a spot in the guy next to you. This guy is special. He probably identifies as bisexual.
I thought you would have a rebuttal to that because I literally thought of that bar while we were hanging out. I think after blackout or something. That time when me, you, my verse, and Frack went and got something to eat. We went on a 1.5 mile walk to some restaurant, and we were just. And this is what 2 years ago, whatever, 2023, and I thought I literally said it at that time, and I was like, "Yo, if I bet," and because I was just throwing out dumbass bars, and I feel like we were both doing that a little bit or whatever, and I said that, and I was like, "Oh, something bisexual," and I feel like at another time I brought it up, if I ever battled you, while we're sparring one time, I'll just call you a bisexual, and in my head I'm like, I think I've said that twice to him, and I'm like, he might fucking have something on deck for that. I was like, I don't care. I gotta say it.
Nah, I didn't even remember that. Yeah, that's crazy.
I thought of it while we were together walking and said it to you.
And the guy next to you, heavy weights around like wrestling moves. No re-racking a spot in the guy next to you. This guy is special. He probably identifies as bisexual.
Bisexual is great.
I said try vegetables. He does cardio. I'm skeptical. At the gym slamming heavy weights
that's
around
what I was saying, the run back, that didn't even get reaction when you first said it, but now they know it's coming. Now they're saying every part of it with you.
Wrestling moves. No re-racking or spotting the guy next to you. This guy is special. He probably identifies as bisexual. See, it's not about size with the right leverage to apply pressure to. So if you think this is David and Goliath, I might question you. Because what's another term for just being wide? One-dimensional. For the right revenue, I right left and sidestep you. Leave you in a state where the crime's federal. So don't let the hype get to you. God is an energy. You right. And it's right next to you.
Yeah, let's go. I thought the one dimension was a term for just being David and Goliath. If you think this is David and Goliath, I might question you. And what's another term for just being wide, one dimension? I thought that was gonna shut it down. Which then I was like, and then when I say right there, I was just picturing being lifted up on the ground. I was like, yes, I'm gonna kill it.
Did y'all have a time limit agreed on?
Geechie just saw the time limit.
Just so you know, you missed half his first. It was longer than mine.
We didn't. Chilla was like,
we're just rock.
We knew one of the headliners because they had Daylight and Rum, us. What was the other ones? From day
Hollow
one,
Jazz,
Twerking Ward,
Twerking Ward, and then everything else was
I
think everything else was 90.
2:30s and stuff. Yeah.
How long was you in 40?
I think we was 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2:30.
You gotta get that headliner spot at some point.
Man, I wasn't.
You've been grinding for a minute. Gotta work your way
I don't
up.
think I can think of 5 minutes of raps no more.
Just keep at it, champ.
Do you remember how you ended your 40 bars? I think your third. Because I was telling Illmac last night how you ended in steams about you're like, when I kill you I turn my head when BT shows naked scenes or something like that. Or gay scenes. But you ended your third versus 40 hella funny. Do you remember what you said?
Yeah, what I said.
I forgot what you said, but it was so fucking good.
I said some wild shit to 40 that whole battle. I just was talking crazy, saying anything. My bad.
It was the best. When that drops, we'll peep it on.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait for it to drop. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I got SIKH 1-0, man.
Let's go. See, you were scared.
I was like, all Mac's friends.
Nah, I told you URL, man.
Nah, both of y'all rounds was good. Both of y'all rounds was good. Both of y'all rounds was good. Just unbiasedly watching it, I felt like he probably ended it. You know what I'm saying? Like his. I know that, like you said, crowd reaction. You know what I'm saying? Probably did play a factor into it too, though, like what y'all was saying. But I feel like y'all both had crazy stuff. He kind of just like ended it, like leading up to his whole last 2 minutes was like they were stopping him, running it back. You know what I'm saying? Like going, and it was all good shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was a close first round as far as like material wise, but by at the edge, it'd be like the energy towards it, like the ending bar being a little stronger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he definitely had the momentum and like control, and I think it speaks to the strategy of going first and controlling the energy. Yeah, because like when I think about like say the first round, I'm like, if I would have went first, I might have got more pops. You know what I mean? But I don't think about it in terms of like I wish, because I still like the third half and but that speaks to your strategy of going first and then controlling the energy. You know what I mean? But also, I don't think we gotta like call it at the end of every round.
I know. I'm just talking my shit. Going into the second though, after he went, going into the second, did you feel like you was up? Did you feel like you had a little?
I started putting the 1-0 up.
Yeah.
And then that's another thing that I was like, it's part of strategy. You start doing that, even if 2 people in the crowd do it.
Now it looks like
more people
everyone
do it. You just got to get 1 or 2 people to agree with you.
1-0, pussy. Fuck out of here, you losing.
I think so. I've watched this battle one other time, and obviously, 2 other times being first person, and one of them to the third person. You know what I mean? But one, I think the first is the most debatable. You know what I mean? I think the second and third are like clear in the directions that they are or whatever. But I remember thinking like the first was the most debatable. But I think
I agree with that.
But I think that energy and all that shit, like it definitely favors you and reaction.
I wanted to use my weapons, right?
Yeah,
because like while I'm prepping, I kept trying to play your game at certain points where I was trying to write something that was super layered and shit like that, and I was like, let me just try to like bomb on them and just get these long reactions and shit like that. You know what I mean? Doing the Hulk Hogan shit and all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. All right, Illmac.
This was my favorite. The second was my favorite round that I ever.
This is your favorite round ever.
One of my favorite top 3 for sure.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Round 2. Let's go, SIKH.
So in the beginning, I wanted to build suspense to what I was about to say. That's why I say it was mad slow. I hate a lying ass, self-hating fraud that's too pussy to rep his race. Your whole career, people thought you white. Everyone watching thinks you white. And your bitch ass never said you ain't. You Native American.
I hate this round.
I will say this though. I know that you hate it.
I hate
whatever.
This
But you're doing what you did. What I said in the first really well of painting the narrative. It doesn't even matter if this is true or not.
Especially because, which I'm sure within your strategy is that enough of the crowd will be unfamiliar that it's just gospel. Well, just unfamiliar with me. Enough for it to be gospel. You know what I mean? We won't bring up the hella battles that I like rep the shit for whole rounds or whatever. Even some of the times you referenced it, whatever. We won't bring up the manic battle the whole round, the whole indigenous aboriginal round, the Australia after rum.
Enough people,
but you're banking off ignorance to win, and that's smart. It's smart.
It was super smart.
Yeah.
Enough people. It was funny. He was saying something like that.
We'll get to that. We'll tell that at the end of the round. Let me tell it, and we'll tell it at the end of the round, man.
For success and fame, boy, watching thinks you white, and your bitch ass never said you ain't. You Native American.
What you been acting white for? Success and fame? Boy, you name it. Painted faces. American Indian. That's your genetic traits. Why you hide that? Where your pride at? Pussy, where your tribe at?
That was the suspension I was
What you acting white for?
You acting white for? Everybody in the back was like, yeah, what is he acting white for?
I was like, as long as I know I got the crowd. If when I say where your tribe at, they start reacting.
For sure.
So I was like, all right. That's why I'm like, all right, I got him.
Yeah.
I got him. Yep. That's the. I just had to learn to sit in the silence because I was like,
Oh, you know where that button is?
What?
Remember? Just remember that during.
All right, I'll let you
rounds
run
two,
back
you
the
know?
next one. Go ahead.
Just remember what that is with our rap too.
Why you hide that? Where your pride at? Pussy, where your tribe at? Them settlers stole your land and you trying to back them? Where your spine at? Trying to fit in with the colonizers. I see through what the plan was. Thought he couldn't play on the field unless this redskin turned to a commander. I did. Give me these fucking kids, man. Free something.
ACP said what tribe you actually belong to. Silet's tribe. Federated Tribe of Silet's.
I dare you.
Somebody said something about Tribe Called. Where your tribe at? Tribe Called.
That would have been a bar.
That's amazing.
You rap hip hop more than your ethnicity.
Yeah, right.
I asked him what his tribe was. He said tribe called Quest.
That's hilarious.
That would have been a bar.
Battles with more of one.
I dare you. I dare you to try to tell me how to rep being sick in my roots.
See, it's still
or this a gimmick I use. You ain't even proud enough to rep your people. You've always hidden the truth. So not only am I better with the ratings than you, come to find out, I'm a better Indian too. Boy,
Got something.
I'm laughing because this setup is hilarious.
come to find out, I'm a better Indian too. Christopher Columbus needed 3 ships to make y'all freedom go. The Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria. That's all I need to know. History repeating itself when the heat are close. I ain't got a Pinta or a Santa Maria. I got a Nina though.
Crazy.
Yeah, that was the one that shook me, and I was like, God
That was crazy. That shit was crazy.
Got a Nina though. Repeating itself when the heat. Pinta. Christopher Columbus needed 3 ships to make y'all freedom go. The Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria. That's all I need to know. History repeating itself when the heat are close. I ain't got a Pinta or a Santa Maria. I got a Nina though. What?
And at this point, because I want to battle Rock, I saw Rock like in the corner watching. So I was like, all right, that turned me up even more. I was
Yeah.
like, watch this.
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus needed 3 ships to make y'all freedom go. The Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria. That's all I need to know. History repeating itself when the heat are close. I ain't got a Pinta or a Santa Maria. I got a Nina. A native can't deal with real sick. Here's an example how. Your people died from diseases when Europeans gave blankets out. So your immune system can't get round the illnesses we handle now. Bitch, I can sneeze on you and wipe your whole family out. I did shit. Bitch, your people.
It's also a risk too, cause like, if you have all this time to think of a rebuttal for it, you could cancel my whole round out. Cause I spent like mad time on it.
Were you
So I
like
was
afraid of that? Like you were gonna have some like
yeah, that's why I was
rebuttal?
just trying to have a whole bunch of like haymakers and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So it could still be crazy because I
Yeah.
was like, if that's what he does, then
Yeah.
my whole round. This is my
Totally.
whole round. It's
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Your people died from diseases when Europeans gave blankets out. So your immune system can't get round the illnesses we handle now. Bitch, I can sneeze on you and wipe your whole family. I'm the only rapper with a turban to exist in a sport. And I did shit in this culture that you didn't before. That's why the fabric that I'm cut from is different than yours. Y'all got diseases from a blanket and real sick from the cloth. How we think of your stuff? Y'all got diseases from a blanket and real sick from the cloth. How we think of your star? Never had a main stage payday. Hate them gun bars, but with an 8K they say Mayday, Mayday. Get a Native American around the fire. Hey, hey, hey.
That was my favorite shit.
Did you know that was gonna hit that hard?
Every time I said it, I laughed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just stupid as
It's
hell.
like it's like the K, low K.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Against K.
And I was like, I want to say the setup like sing-songy kind of. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it's like, where is he going with this?
Yeah.
'Cause it's a weird ass thing to rhyme with. You know what I mean?
So good.
But yeah,
Yeah,
and then every time I
incredible.
rapped it to somebody, they like
They
died
laughed,
at that
yeah.
shit. So I was like.
How we think he a star? He never had a main stage payday. Hate them gun bars, but with an AK they say Mayday, Mayday. Get a Native American around the fire. Hey. You gotta change. You gotta change names. Why you acting arrogant, ill? When you gotta look up to your bitch when she wearing her heels. I dare you to peel. Why you acting arrogant, ill? When you gotta look up to your bitch.
You hear that sound? Somebody in the background.
Yeah, you do. Yo, crowds are hilarious.
Yeah, you do. That's insane.
Look up to your bitch when she wearing her heels. I dare you to peel. Why you acting arrogant, ill? When you gotta look up to your bitch when she wearing her heels. I dare you to peel. Thanksgiving when I carry the steel. Get a Native American killed by sharing a meal. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up.
The next door is the one that
Speaking of Thanksgiving.
so I needed to
Hold
play
up.
the scene. The Thanksgiving
Speaking of Thanksgiving, how the fuck it don't channel your pride? We got a whole holiday for when your ancestors died, and you ain't on the front lines for your people. God got you back with a sign. That's why when we celebrate Thanksgiving, we got Mac on the side. You see how that shit aligned? I'm the best in the fucking world right now. Real sick. Speaking of Thanksgiving, how the fuck it don't channel your pride? We got a whole holiday for when your ancestors died, and you ain't on the front lines for your people. God got you back with a sign. That's why when we celebrate Thanksgiving, we got Mac on the side. See how that shit aligned? Yo, I ain't even rapping this time. I'm just telling you my thoughts. They happen to rhyme. Body stuffed in back of the... See how that shit aligned? I ain't even...
Your God is an energy.
I didn't do any of them this time.
Interesting.
Because I thought he was going to have something for it. He had something.
Yeah, I
with
mean,
the God
he
is
said that in the
energy
first,
shit.
but I was thinking about that, how you never said that.
Yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
that's wild.
I had some shit that I cut about that slogan too, because I just went with the right next to you shit.
Yeah.
But I had some shit. It was like half developed, but I was gonna be like whatever on the rhyme scheme, like psychotic.
Yeah.
I I just didn't have the follow-up payoff punchline, but I was gonna be like, so when he says his slogan that like he acts like he's some sort of divine prophet, when he says God is an energy and I got it, but according to Sikhism, God is an energy and everyone is a byproduct. So I got it. You got it. This guy's got it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I was like, I'd have to follow that up with a punch because that's just kind of funny or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I just ended up cutting it because I couldn't connect it to a bigger thing, a bigger payoff. You know what I mean?
Right. They be the best shit sometimes, though.
Yeah.
Time. I'm just telling you my thoughts, and they happen to ride. Body stuffed in back of the ride, just need the keys to the truck. Your people are tree huggers. You can squeeze in a trunk, keep it a buck. Keep it a buck.
Giving him a pat on the back.
See how that shit aligned? I ain't even rapping this time. I'm just telling you my thoughts, and they happen to ride. Body stuffed in back of the ride, just need the keys to the...
Did you get that from when we were both at the same event when I battled Thesaurus and said like I didn't even know this was a battle. These are just thoughts I wrote down like in my journal since '09 or whatever. Like how you bit that or whatever.
No,
I didn't even know this was a battle.
It rhymed with Mac on the side, and I kept rhyming with Mac on the side. Happened to rhyme was in there.
Gotcha. It's original then.
Telling you my thoughts, and they happen to ride. Body stuffed in
I
back.
thought it was just from that event we were both at.
Sounds familiar.
When you were in the front row or whatever.
Rapping this time, I'm just telling you my thoughts, and they happen to ride. Body stuffed in back of the ride, just need the keys to the truck. Your people are tree huggers, you can squeeze in a trunk. Keep it a buck. Natives fought for this land across both shores, and when you record your songs, you don't want to report those wars. Got the nerve to talk about you Mount Rushmore when all those four are the reason this land ain't yours no more. Huh? First, since you want the angles, right? Since grind time,
You want to end
you
this,
want the
right?
angles, right? Since grind time,
Yeah.
since grind time.
No, I said you wanted angles, right?
Oh.
I didn't say you wanted
I
angles.
thought you said you wanted to end. Okay.
No, not that. I was talking about the angles, yeah.
Dope.
Since grind time, yo.
I feel like I thought you
He
said
asked
end
for
this
this.
too.
He asked for this.
I wouldn't have said
Hey, yo, peep this. Houston. Peep this.
wanted this. He asked for this.
Hey, yo. Since grind time, he been acting. Since grind time, he been acting white as Mike P. Then he battled Rum Nitty, and for the first time
Mike
he brought up
P's
his.
He's Italian, bro.
You don't act like it.
Amazing.
It just rhymed
Then
with
he
tribal.
battled Rum Nitty, and for the first time he brought up his tribal ID. So when you around the white rappers, you play like y'all race the same type. But when you battle someone that ain't white, all of a sudden you ain't white. You gonna do that shit today, right? But he wasn't fully telling the truth, because then he told Nitty he Mexican too. Brother, you hella confused. So you native and Mexican. Why that ain't something you hold high with respect?
People thought-
Both you- That's what he said he is.
That's what he said he is. Remember when I said he said he was hiding it? But he said it.
He's a native Mexican.
Yes.
No, because he thought I said native or Mexican, like I combined them. But
That
I
would've
said
been
native
fire.
and Mexican. Yeah. And now that's why I'm.
word.
This wasn't
supposed to happen. Like,
Yeah.
He just like reacted with what I was running.
that's what he said he is. No, he's native and Mexican. Why that ain't something you hold high with respect? Both your backgrounds got a rich history. You too close-minded to rep. Remind me how he dissed gun bars the whole time he progressed. But when he battled smack rappers, he wrote lines with a tech, cause he's Native American and Mexican, so it kinda makes sense. He playing both sides of the fence. You. You and you, boy, fuck no.
So when you hearing niggas like leave him alone, is it your mind? You like, damn, I'm dying like that, or you like they just gas it to you?
For one, I like after 3 punchlines in my first, I knew what time it was. So like the whole time, I'm just telling myself, just don't fold. You love your material and rap it. Like it don't matter if they're reacting, if you're not. Like I kind of was like, I'm chalking the in the building battle. You know what I mean? But what I kept telling myself was, don't fold at all and don't end none of your shit on a digression. Because you know when we watch some even our favorites, like when they know they're losing, the last couple bars was like, hey, you know, my slow.
They act like they ain't got it.
And I was like, don't do that. Because in my head, I'm like, even at the time, I was like, in my head, I was like, my first round was better. I don't care. Like I was like, I liked my first round better. If they ain't getting it, we'll see what it looks like later. You know what I mean? But I had to keep telling myself, don't fold. Even if it don't. If you spit something and it gets no reaction, it don't matter. Cause I love this shit, so I'm just gonna get it off.
But no, that's veteran shit, like you say, to understand that, to be like, man, you know what? Wherever I gotta still rap it as if I'm winning this motherfucking thing. If they not,
it's hard because it felt. I said in an interview, or I told you like. So like, you know, the question in some interviews you get is like, you know, the hardest opponent or who is the toughest to stand in front of, whatever. And I've taken like, you know, a couple losses in you know, over the course of 20-something years, you know what I mean? Like 3 or something like that. But like I've taken like clear losses, didn't show up, do whatever, right? But all of those I can be like, well, I didn't perform there. You know what I mean? But like when I think about my answer, usually is Big K. Because when just the punch and the presence and the volume, like I used to always say, it felt like he's knocking the wind out of me when he's punching, right? And I haven't felt like that in a battle since this battle. And like in this battle, I was like, it felt like I was in a vacuum, you know what I mean? In my head, I'm like, don't fold. And usually during my opponent's rounds, I'm just visualizing my rounds. And like you were making it like with all the energy and the shit was going, it was like hard to I was like, the whole time I'm like, I don't know how this round starts. And I kept having to center myself and be like, you've done the work, you've practiced, you'll know when it's time to rap and you'll be fine. Don't trick. But I was like coaching myself the whole time in my head, just like.
Nah, but that happens in those battles, man. When you're having those great battles and somebody's bombing, everything's working for them, and especially somebody like you who like to rebuttal too, you know what I'm saying? So that's another tough part. It's like, okay, I want to rebuttal something, but I want to make sure I don't lose the momentum and the rebuttal don't hit.
I think that's the other thing is I had more time to think because I was thinking of rebuttals the whole time, and I kept telling, no, stop, because you're gonna formulate one that's too good to not just say it, like. And like I had one in the first round, I was gonna be, when you said something about the charge, I remember thinking, oh, in the middle of my round, right before I get to the severance thing, when I, keep work separate, I knew that round well enough where I'm like, after I say this bar before the severance shit, I'm gonna say something Matt rhyme it didn't. Like he talks about crime, but something life I'm living. Like I rapped about something, but now I'm about to rap about or getting caught. But now I'm about to rap about all the times I didn't, and then go into the work severance. You know what I mean, and all that shit.
but I was like, don't do it. I kept telling myself, don't do it, especially in the middle, because I'm like, I can place that there. I know the rest. But I'm like, then I'm going to be like, wait, Terp, Severance, separate, you know what I mean? But so then when I like tempered that after the, like during this round, when I made the decision to not, like, don't do it, was then now I have time to just feel everything, because I'm not distracting myself by trying to think of shit, so I'm sitting in the moments, you know what I mean? And so that's why I'm trying to just picture my rounds and all this shit, and it's like, I felt like the SpongeBob like meme where he's like, like that, I felt like that during this whole round, like, like everything is fucking bombing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the not thinking of rebuttals even put me more in the moment and made it more like, you know what I'm saying?
Like you felt the reaction.
Felt it even more, for sure.
You in Trump's America, scared to rep your people. You see what this country is like? Your ancestors turning in their graves, seeing you ducking a fight. You know what the natives had to do to live a comfortable life? They lived in snow, where it was dangerous getting up in the night. Rocked the animal skin to stay warm, that they had to hunt with a knife. Sick of them cold winters, needed a place where the sun would be bright. That's why they discovered this site. And you trying to be one of the whites when both your backgrounds know what it's like running from ice? You know how you know.
That's why I said at the beginning of the round.
I'm surprised they ain't put that on TikTok with that sad music yet, man. You know what I'm saying? They always do that. Somebody talking to somebody about race. Put that sad music. Like,
who invited Geechie, man? I feel like this should have just been a one-on-one, man.
That music makes.
I already went through the bias room. You know what I mean?
No, that music make everything sound.
Make everything sound like man.
Shout out Young Eek in the chat.
He
played me enough. Both of ours was at my expense. Mine, like, when I'm bombing on you, your thoughts are dissing me, and when you're bombing on me, my thoughts are dissing me. And I was like, but they were too funny.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Young Eek makes his compilation of battle rappers' inner thoughts while their opponent is rapping. So go check out his YouTube channel. It's hella dope.
Shout out to him.
We had the last few. Let me wrap this eulogy up. Hey, yo, real shit. Yo, Houston, let me talk to him real quick. We're wrapping this up. You know how many Sikhs feel seen because I put my religious faith on the map? Imagine if I wore a fitted ever since I made it on Smack. What about the little girl who Mexican, or the kid who native in class that's discriminated against because they feel their race get attacked? Till they come across your videos, think of the inspiration they'd have if you represented them. When they see you hit the stage and then rap, how driven they would react. But you intimidated by facts. The more you hide it, the more you widen that generational gap. And I ain't preaching. I'm teaching. I ain't preaching, I'm teaching, because he ain't teach shit. I showed you true colors and how to raise these fists. It's the way we live. Ironic, being next to Ill with his mask off makes me sick. Jersey, 2-0.
It's one of them. The reason it's one of my favorites is because you be visualizing your rounds, like you said, right? So while you're rehearsing it, the shit you reacting to almost exactly was the same. You know what I mean?
Wow,
so when I was rehearsing it and I was like, they're gonna react to this. They might do. You'll have them thoughts. You know what I mean? And it was the most like from the paper to reality kind of round. You know what I mean?
What was your decision making in putting that as your second as opposed to your first or third?
I think the second's the most important round.
Okay.
Cause like it's the momentum shifting round.
It is.
You know what I mean? Because if you won the first, you're securing the battle with the second.
You're right.
And then if you lost the first, this the round for you to make it 1-1. You know what I mean? So I started doing that like lately to try to make my second one of them. You know what I mean? Like undeniable. Because now, no matter how the battle's going, I know I still got an ace. You know what I mean?
Like, I like down there the opposite, where I put what I thought would be my most frequent hitting round first, because I'm first impression, get momentum, and then the second was more jokes than I wanted in the front end, but like that's how it came together. But
But I'm like, as long as I end the second, like hitting bars, name flips, all this shit that I think would be that will shut the room down. But I'm like, my third to me is like my favorite round.
Best.
And I'm like, I don't know. The thing was, is I went into like, I don't know if this third, if they'll like, but I'm just gonna rap it because it's my favorite shit. You know what I mean? And but like, so I kind of looked at it like I need to make a good first impression and the end strongest. You know? So it's funny, like the inversion of like the way we thought about it. Like, you know
for sure.
Going into this round, I think we hold on. I'll let it play because I think we said.
Let's go, Mac. Let's go, Mac.
You gonna switch your second? You gonna switch your second and your third? I thought about it.
Yeah, he's like, you gonna switch your second and your third? You gonna switch your second and your third? And I start dying because I'm like, for the whole back end of his round, because I talk about the native shit in my third, I was like, if I just answer with this, you know what I mean? But then I'm like, but then how do I end? You know what I mean? I'm like,
you don't want to end
so
with the second.
but I kept like up until the last second, I was like, man, I should switch him. And I was like, and then finally was like, nah, I want to still end on a strong note, you know what I mean? And I'll still address it even if it's around later. So then I went through that whole thought process. And you're like, you thinking about switching second and third? That's why I'm like, I thought about it. That's too funny. Oh, and then the whole back end of this first round, when I was debating, the whole time I'm thinking, all right, we going from hey, and wipe out your whole lineage and all this crazy shit into like your girl opened the pickle jar, and the whole time I'm like, I don't know that this is what I want to come off that round with, but in my mind I'm like, you gonna sell it like it's the best shit. Just do them jokes at the whole front of your first or second round and deliver it like it's the best, even if it gets crickets. But like that was another moment of me coaching myself when I was like, no, I'm gonna do the second, not the
still vet shit because they laughed at the
but
jokes.
I had to like temper myself, like don't do it. Just do a joke and be like, I know I'm doing joke. Like just say it like that.
You know because like the way the crowd is like so infectiously like responding to his stuff, it makes you want to lean that way so much.
And even in the prep, just like I knew what you know what I mean? Like I know what you're gonna do. And so strategically like I start every round with like a dismissive joke, even if it wasn't in bar form. Because I'm like, he's gonna end. And so I just wanna flip the energy with something, just be like, clear the palate, and then I can work into punches and all this shit.
That always works. Like ending on the opposite energy of your But even the other way around, like you said, when if they end down, and then you come in like, shut the fuck.
It's the palate cleanse. It's the ginger with the sushi. You know what I mean?
I didn't think about it.
Let's go, Mac.
All right. Listen, Jim Bro Slice. He just got married 3 weeks ago.
That motherfucker just wanted to chime in now. Dude.
Congratulations.
Like it's something bad.
Like
Stability and love in his life.
We finna
Relationship forming.
We're gonna get to them angles. They love some messy shit. Talk about it, married ass nigga.
what's her name?
Yeah, what's her name? Where was the church? Where they get married at?
Congratulations. Fast engagement. They haven't dated. I said congratulations. Fast engagement. They haven't dated. The fam arranged it. See, Sikhs don't do sex before marriage. That explains it. I still remember my first time was half your age. Yo, damn, you're patient. Wait, you were a virgin until 3 weeks ago, right? I mean, you banged the cause. You obey the laws. his beliefs in a dispute with his penis like Judas and Jesus. Just took some pussy to betray his God. I mean, let's get on.
I was halfway expecting pause as soon as I said penis.
Yeah,
You can't say nothing pause, but yeah.
I was like, as soon as I say hey yo, but it didn't hit until like I landed the actual Judas and Jesus, just some pussy to betray his God or whatever. But but I was like halfway expecting like, I know he's gonna fucking hey yo, I ain't gay.
Some pussy to betray in a dispute with his penis like Judas and Jesus. Just took some pussy to betray his God. I mean, let's get off that. Even his chick is strong. I said, even his chick is strong.
True story.
She lift the bar. She into fitness and got bigger arms. Bro, you ain't been in charge since... True story. True story. This that real person. I said, even his chick is strong. She lift the bar. She into fitness and got bigger arms. Bro, you ain't been in charge since you asked her to open a pickle jar. Shut up. Hey, but hold on, just picture that. Him like, hey, yo, biggity baby.
For the week after the battle, she changed my name to Biggity Baby in the phone. For like a week, she changed it.
So who won the war? That's my real question.
That was
Who
hilarious.
won the war?
Hey, yo, biggity baby. You ain't been in charge since you asked her to open a pickle jar. Picture that. He be like, hey, yo, biggity baby, can you unscrew this shit? She acts like she can't, hands it back to him after she loosened it. You all been there. I mean, sometimes...
We all been there. Like, what?
It's fucking amazing. We all been there.
We all been there. When a girl was a little stronger than us.
I was just trying to spit real life relatable shit. You know? Like,
It's that real personal shit right here. Talk about he can't open a pickle jar.
It's getting deep.
We all been there.
leading up to it, at one point in the last like week or two, my girl's like walks in randomly when I'm writing into my office, and she's like, "Have you seen their wedding photos?" And I was like, "Yeah, I seen them."
Yeah.
They look so beautiful. And I was like, "I know." And she's like, "You don't say anything bad about her." And I was like, "I won't." And she's like, "You better not." And I was like, "I give her props." I'm like, "She works out." I'm saying she's bigger than him. And she's like, I don't know about that, because I said I'm gonna do the marriage shit in the second round. She's like, just watch it in the second. I was like, she don't watch battle rap like at all. Like she ain't in but like she's into drama. So if I'm like, you know, this and this, she's like, oh, now let me see. Now I'm into. But she was hell like, you better not say anything bad about her. I was like,
Shout out to her. Thank you.
I was like, get out. I'm right. Yo, like, fuck.
Hands it back to him after she loosened it. You all been there. I mean, sometimes it be like that. Gym couple probably push 2 bench presses together and sleep like that. True story. These are the real personal facts.
That's my favorite part. That's my favorite part.
Hey, she coached him. Listen,
Just the
this is that real bar
that was
shit.
another written at the gym bar, like while working out. Like, cause at first I'm like, should it be like bench press bunk beds? I'm like, nah, like
Put it
sleep
together.
and do it simple.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, it's where your tribe at. I was like, sleep
Simple
like
shit.
that.
You know what I mean?
Hey, true story. These are the real personal facts. She coached him. Listen, this is that real bar shit. Listen.
See, you're getting the crowd back.
That's indigenous hate crime shit. You know what I mean?
Hate crime.
She coached him through his first time. Like, I know you're gonna do your best. Gym couple, making love, some brute force sex. She asked if he's close. He said 2 more reps.
You broke character, dog.
He asked for this.
I didn't remember I did that, and Nino sent me a clip like, yo, I'm crying, right? Because the whole time I was like, don't do anything between bars. And I'm like, at about the second, I'm like, I have to do something.
But this is the way to make the jokes work after like a crazy reaction round. You know what I mean? Because now the crowd is like fucking with you.
It's like, oh, he's comfortable. Now I'm comfortable watching.
Totally.
I wasn't until, but I was like, I'm gonna sell it.
He asked for this.
It's the real bullshit.
Let's go, man. I said she coached him through his first time. Like, I know you're gonna do your best, gym couple, making love, some brute force sex.
Yo, that to me is a dub, because brute force sex was such a stupid line that I thought was so funny that make a whole crowd say brute force sex. It's like, I don't care if they had me losing this round. I made them say brute force sex.
brute force sex.
Gym couple, making love, some brute force sex. She asked if he's close. He said 2 more reps. She said lock in. I know you got a few more left. Bet divorce papers what she gonna be serving you next. This battle about to make Lil Miss Perfect your ex, cause you vowed to be faithful, but his word wasn't kept. Just got married, already flirting with death. That's
He left the screen so y'all didn't see SIKH was in the background just jumping up and down on that line right now, like on live on the watch. You know what I mean?
My bad. Hold up.
Yeah. Hey, hold it down in the back. Hold it down in the. Nobody calling you.
If it's too much, it's alright.
This could have been a classic watch.
Nah, cause I need my phone for. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks.
married, already flirting with death. That's
that flirting with death shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was like the turning point around where I'm like, all right, now I'm gonna just start punching. You know.
This battle about to make Lil Miss Perfect your ex, cause you vowed to be faithful, but his word wasn't kept. Just got married, already flirting with death. That's
By the way, this whole battle, SIKH is rocking these 4-inch Versace fucking fucking the kicks, shoes, bro. Yeah, moon boots.
They're just Versace shoes. I ain't know all that. Right?
just so y'all know.
I said that's all it takes. Fuck around, hunt him down. Probably find him in the Garden State, charming a garter snake. Apartment draped in caution tape. He died in Jersey, but his body did the Harlem Shake. You might live, you won't be able to walk though. Testing cognitive functions, ain't no response though. Your brain go, you die slow. Pull the plug. They know and I know. Who cares if this fruit or vegetable? Tomato. Real SIKH. Real name, Sequinder Singh. Bruce Lee two-pieced in a smooth, clean jab, like boop, bink, bam. I was running through piece fast. Had to pitch correct with the only Pro Tools we had. The auto-tune you up. I do sing bad. So much for leaving on a high note.
That's crazy.
Be quiet, I'm a misanthrope. I see you peeking, keep climbing, I'm a Billy Goat. If he think it's me dying with that shitty rope, cheap china in the kitchen broke, cause sing higher than a whistle note. falsetto upon the metal shoe.
That
Dog
part,
to tell the truth.
not to over-explain, but like was my, which again, I'm like, I love, that's one of my favorite bars, and it's got nothing, but it was like Bender-esque to me, you know what I mean? How all the syllables and everything, but still led to the punch of like sing higher than a whistle note, you know what I mean? But,
Oh no.
But, you know, wasn't
Cheap
enough.
China.
Yeah, cheap, if you think it's me dying with this shit, he broke cheap China in the kitchen, bro, cause sing higher than a whistle note.
Bro, cheap.
Oops. I didn't mean
He can keep climbing, I'm a Billy Goat. If he think it's me dying with that shit he wrote, cheap China in the kitchen, bro, cause sing higher than a whistle note. Falsetto upon the metal shoe. Dog to tell the truth, you not developed, your songs are hella boof. We prefer you sing without music, like a acapella group. Stomp 'em flat. I said stomp 'em flat. Fuck it. Yo, you really think you bulletproof because you shaped
you
like a
almost skipped?
Cybertruck?
No, I had to skip bars. So after Stomp 'em Flat, it was supposed to be fuck a boxing match. I brought the strap. Fuck a boxing match. I brought the strap just because you built like a Cybertruck. You think you bulletproof? Stop the cap.
Yeah.
But I said the setup, and so I ended up cutting the 2 bars in between.
Gotcha.
So that's why I was like, stop the whatever the first bar is, and then was Jen just skipped to you think you built like a Cybertruck? You know what I mean? It's like the one little.
Yo, you really think you bulletproof because you shaped like a Cybertruck? Then stop the cap.
Now it was too far away from
I lay
the
him on
setup,
his
you know what I
look.
mean?
I lay him on his back. All I told the shooter was wounds and blood, body cast. You would have thought I'm Zap, cause Twerk said leave sing with a tube in his mouth, like computer love. Okay, Roger that. Maestro.
That one, I was saying to him before, I wrote that bar as is the leave sing with a tube in his mouth like computer love. Roger. I told but it was supposed to be, I told the shooter leave sing with tube in his mouth like computer love. Roger that. And then when I was sparring, I said it to the source. He's like, Twerk said sing with a tube in his mouth like computer love. And I'm like, what? And I went and watched it, so I was like, but I loved the whole build up so much that I was like, bro, I'm just gonna say Twerk said, and then I'll be the one rogering that. Like that's what, and just refashioned it, you know what I mean? Parallel thinking.
Maestro, I flowed on the track. They said he might clone, but if that's my flow, then I don't want it back. Said he real sick, but he a fake ill. What a hypochondriac. Dog, I'm back. Act like I ain't your hero, you ungrateful weirdo. You told me I'm the reason you sick. That's why my patience zero came.
When I wrote that line, that's why I finessed a way to watch you and Rum. Because as soon as I wrote it, I'm like, I know Rum said this. You know what I mean? And I went and watched it, and I was like, I'm good. I can do it. But that was, when I wrote that was the reason I was like, scoured for a login to what, because I'm like, I have to, because I feel like Rum might have said that. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. You got to watch Twerk, Rum, Danny if they battles your opponent, because you know.
They gonna say something.
Something with the name.
Act like I ain't your hero, you ungrateful weirdo. You told me I'm the reason you sick. That's why my patience zero came for a classic. Don't make me laugh, ha ha. Slide with the arms swinging like I dance cha-cha. Wifey on the Johnson, don't be mad, papa. The head from his old lady slamming like grandmama. I mean, congrats. Congrats. You married your swole mate.
I didn't bootleg it. I got a login.
I said congrats.
It was legitimate.
You married your swole mate. Listen. They wake up at 3 or 4 from their sleep. 4:15. Dropping to 100 push-ups on the floor with his queen. 5:30, cracking raw eggs from the store they can drink. 5:33, dip their face in Saratoga just to pour in the sink. 7:46, I leave a corpse in the ring. Now his family doing a whole different type of morning routine.
They're over.
This the body.
There's nothing I could have did at that point, man.
I said, this the ass whipping Daddy earned. I'm holding his body. He bleeding out, gasping words like give a message to my family if I can't return. That's when I knew we had something in common. That confirmed. Because his dying wish was my last concern.
That's crazy. I thought that was crazy.
I'm too arrogant. I'm too arrogant for marriage. I said I'm too arrogant for marriage.
What's funny is that wasn't part of my round.
Fans would be making some shit so I get where it go to like,
Yeah, it was even worse. I damn near would have took the silence. And one person. I added that in on the spot because I'm like, I love this line. I was like, I was gonna save it, and I just had it tucked. But I was like, I need something to hit before my last bar. Oh, I know what'll work. And then it just did it. I was like, yeah, that was just my internal monologue. I see what it is.
that look on his face right there, he just took it off. That's how nigga was like, what the fuck?
I'm too arrogant. I'm too arrogant for marriage. I said I'm too arrogant for marriage. All this unbridled pride. I'm at his wedding, big blade, tucked by my thigh. I let them finish their vows, then he gets slumped by his bride. Loyal husband, cause it death, he's stuck by your side. Time.
Nothing, bro. Look, regardless of getting slept on that round, like that round is clear. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was like, this is vicious. I was like, all right, as long as I get the round out there, whatever. Bro.
But you know what? From watching it right here, I feel like because you came with the jokes in the second and it was good, like you said, you had them with you. They probably was, you know what I mean? Like when you switched it and got on the serious tip, they was already engulfed in the story of joking about him and his girl, like jokes the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
I was getting more reactions on that. That's what's crazy. But then if you see most feedback, it's like he was the jokes, too many jokes, like motherfuckers. You know,
and that's what they
like,
was literally fucking with it.
I'm like the jokes was the only reactions I got in the round. You know what I mean? And the whole time I was like, man, I wish I could skip these jokes and get to the bars like before I spit my second.
Because another thing about going second is instead of listening to your round, they're kind of grading it the whole time. Versus because they got something to compare it to. You know what I mean?
Which I feel like what you said or what y'all both said about switching around, I felt like people know you for having such good angles and counter writing and shit like that, that they probably was expecting that third round in the second. So you know what I mean? Like what's the rebuttal to this that he just said? You know what I'm saying? So like it was right there probably for that little moment as well too. But like you said, like in your mind you like, well, I need to end it on that at least. Even if it's a round too late for their memory, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? On the real.
Yeah, like that was my like mantra the whole time when I was debating all these changes and rebuttals. Is like, trust your material. You've done the work. Don't change anything. That's where shit. You know what I mean? You've done the work. Just execute now. If you like your shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean that round is clear, sick for sure.
Going into this battle though, like. Because like you say, y'all both dope writers, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all actually, you know what I mean, cool homeboys too though, you know what I mean? So going into this motherfucker, like what was you most worried about, like from like battling him, like that you was like, this is where he's most dangerous at, like?
Well, I knew, the thing is I knew going in that there would be an element of home field advantage. Like I knew going in, you performed in Houston multiple times. I knew that URL had a big presence, the nature of the card, that I was gonna have to like win them over. And that's why I put my first the way I did. I thought that was the most palatable of my rounds, and why I was like, I'll get them, you know what I mean? But I knew that there was gonna be a home field advantage, and like outside of that, I was like, write the best shit. Like I kept trying to think at certain points catching myself thinking defensively and would stop myself. What's he gonna say if he does that? And I'll be like, don't worry about that. Right? High volumes of punches, get to points quicker. If you write this third that, you know what I mean, an Illmac style third, just wrap it and get through it and love it. And that's all I can control. I can't control the environment, what he's gonna do. What I can control is trying to give myself the best chance to have the best performance. You know what I mean? And let that live. You know?
What about for you?
I mean, his writing, right? You know what I mean? Like that's why I was thinking defensively the most that I ever did. Like I usually just think about, you know, offense. But this is the most time. Everything I said, the pat on the back, what came from me thinking, all right, this is a rebuttal to him saying this, the Native American shit. I was like, he might break down my religion and all this other shit, so now I got this. So everything was coming from that aspect, you know what I mean? And then I knew his thirds are always crazy. So I was like, let me do these first two the way I think it's gonna be, and then the third, by the third, they wanna hear like statements anyway. You know what I mean? You can't be punch chasing and shit like that in the third. You know what I mean? Especially with the third, I was expecting him to have. You know what I mean? So then I was just like, these first two, I gotta lock in, and then I built enough trust to kind of go somewhere else with this third and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Finish your food.
Open that for me.
Finish your plate. Houston. Finish your sides.
Finish your sides.
Battle rap is
Yo.
the shit that people say that you would have to explain to someone that knows nothing about it. Why they say
Yo, Houston, y'all still with us? What up? What up? We here? Hey, yo. Everybody in the back.
I think in the beginning,
Top of the third.
Hold it down.
Oh yeah, there was a somebody.
What was it though? Somebody fell or something?
I mean, people faint at every fucking event, dude. Like every fucking event.
There's the star power of my third affected somebody. You know what I mean?
I think somebody fainted. I think
there was something like that going on in the beginning.
Biggity, be quiet. He told Sharon, you rich, I'm not. Why not? If you a struggling artist at 20, keep going. If you 39, stop. He's still trying to drop music like he gonna make it. Hey, you know how I know that ain't working out? You dropped your first song when I was 10 years old, dog. I'm 30 now. I know everything
about
about.
First song? 04, I think. 06.
It depends on what drop. I didn't put out my first project till like 08.
Gotcha.
think.
So I exaggerated a little bit. In 04, I was 10, so I was like.
Well, when was the Rain Check mixtape?
It was 08.
It was 08? Really?
Oh, it was 06. Wait. No, I think it was 08.
I don't know. I think that was before that.
It was 07. It was right in there.
It was before I met you. So.
I don't know when I fucking met you.
Okay, I guess only one of
Legendary.
That nigga like if it is
Might have
I
been.
know who molded your
if it is 04, you ain't finna say it right.
I know for a fact it is an 04 because when I won Scribble Jam and the year following, everybody's like, you should have capitalized and put a project out when you won Scribble Jam. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, nah, I know it wasn't that. Like the earliest it could have been is like 06 or something, but 12, 10, the point's still the same. You know what I mean?
The battle rapper Idea. Y'all heard of Idea?
Oh yeah. Rest in peace.
Well, he one of the oldest of vets, a GOAT in a sense. I know he's a legend, but the opiates made him overdose to his death. Your hero died by getting sick. You following close to his steps. I'm tired of these. Your hero died by getting sick. You following close to his steps. I'm tired of these rappers that are proud of being broke with respect. Close to 40 and dead. I'm tired of these rappers that are proud of being broke with respect, close to 40 in debt, and can't pay his electric bill, and don't know how to spend. He inspired by idea, but can't keep a light bulb on over his head.
Here we go.
That was crazy.
He inspired by idea, but can't keep a light bulb on over his head. In them 2-on-2s, thesaurus was your personal guidance. Birth with your stylist, helped you get perfect with rhyming. He be with you on noticing. Personal guidance. Birth with your stylist, helped you get
Birth with your style. Okay, I thought you say it's like my stylist.
Yeah, me too.
Thesaurus is my stylist. It's crazy. Birth with your stylist. Got you.
In 2-on-2s, thesaurus was your personal guidance. Birth with your stylist, helped you get perfect with rhyming. He be with you all nervous and quiet. You get murdered beside him. First time a thesaurus won't have the words to describe it. The energy is real. First time a thesaurus won't have the words to describe it. The energy is real. Y'all, look at our names. This God's work. That was someone named SIKH, he getting killed. Cause he spent his whole career next to a thesaurus. Now he dying to a synonym of ill. What? With the thesaurus connection?
I feel you. I feel you.
Hey, yo.
Coming off my second line.
When I tell the new fans why you a legend, they be tripping, fam. How you won freestyle tournaments like Scribble Jam. How you wrote that ketchup versus mustard cartoon that was viral on Instagram. They be like, oh, no one gives a damn. Boy had to rap as a mustard bottle to get the most views he done saw. Put all this thought in his rounds, did a simple cartoon and it peaked.
A-word.
Oh, he said something like that?
He's like the biggest respect someone when you rapped as a mustard bottle or something like that. Yeah, that's why I just looked at it. And he's like,
most views he done saw. Put all this thought in his rounds, did a simple cartoon and it peaked the charts. You see the message? You rap for 20 years with little credit for your genius bars. But soon as you scream mustard, they ain't turn the TV off. You need to talk. You see the message? You rap for 20 years with little credit for your genius bars. But soon as you scream mustard, they ain't turn the TV off. You need to talk to the new fans. They taking over this shit. Them freestyle tournaments and the cartoons, that's all they know that you did. Your highlight simple as shit you write when you open a fridge. Just scribble jam, ketchup, and mustard. Sound like a grocery list. Stop playing with me. Hey yo, the best in the world. Hey yo, your highlights, simple as shit you write. Let me wrap this eulogy up. Your highlights, simple as shit you write when you open a fridge. Just scribble jam, ketchup, and mustard. Sound like a grocery list. Yo, me and Jazz did a cartoon for you. It better stay on your schedule. We did peanut butter versus jelly. Yo, when you refrigerator obsession group. I'm saying what I want.
My bad.
When you found out you gotta be animated to get the views and rapping his food items the only way you digestible, we used to say these rappers is food. He took that saying and kept it true. Made Geechie be butter in a box. Disaster platers to catch up to. Probably got flashcards with food names they suggest for you. Shit, let me draw one. I'll make you a vegetable. You a legend to half the culture. It's a blessing and a curse. You neglected the rest. They don't know why they say you top 10 to all the nerds. Yo, look it up.
I had a bar cut that was like, but it was too similar because me and Maflex sparred and he had a vegetable bar. But I had a bar that was gonna, like the Garden State, Charming the Garter Snake, somewhere in that section I was gonna say he from the Garden State and somebody leave in a vegetable or send him back to the Garden State in a vegetable one or some shit like that. But Flex his shit, I was like, I thought it was, I was like, anyway.
Got you.
Eminem was. They don't know why they say you top 10 to all the nerds. Yo, look it up. He won an event where Eminem was getting served in '97, but when Mac entered, he got first. Look it up. He was freestyling, repping for the Burbs. The backpacker said he was the best they ever heard. Look it up. Versus Big K, he had a legendary third. Take these flowers as I tell him about your worth. I hate to kill you, but when I do, you'll be respected for your work. Cause all our legends gotta die to get the credit they deserve. You looking?
Slept on too.
You looking at the future. You looking at the future. I live and breathe what my name is, real sick. Been making history since I came in, the energy that the greats give. Undefeated for 2 years, it'll get to 3 by December, no winning streak you could play with. You booked for who you was, the shit that's recent just ain't it. You been peaked, it ain't seen as the same since. There's less than 10 performances that get the people to praise him.
I'll run it back. Somebody said, because after the look it up section, someone's all, I looked it up. It's all cap. all of the cap.
Out the window.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
Nope.
He did
He didn't do shit. He didn't even do that.
G that the greats give. My name is real sick. Been making history since I came in. The energy that the greats give. Undefeated for 2 years. It'll get to 3 by December. No winning streak you could play with. You booked for who you was. The shit that's recent just ain't it. You been peaked. It ain't seen as the same since. There's less than 10 performances that get the people to praise him. His name Mac, cause he running off the memory of like 8 gigs. But let
That's
me
a
guess.
shitty map. 8 gig memory. So I don't know where you got that. You got scammed, my
Imagine
brother.
this.
What do they go
Battle
for?
rap died when the COVID era
Like
hit.
that typical memory?
Yeah.
Bruh. What?
I mean,
memory
I know
space,
nothing about
memory and
computers.
RAM on a like laptop and computer, bro.
Yeah, but I couldn't say he running off the memory of 200 gigs. It's like
yeah, off a terabyte.
Yeah.
He running off the memory of a terabyte.
Just something crazy like
Cause that's mad gigs. That's valid then.
Yeah.
You got 200 good performances.
Imagine this.
They got 16 now.
Imagine this. Battle rap died when the
They got
COVID era
16
hit.
now.
Most of vets had quit. The whole pandemic shifted the culture. No competitive nature. Views hit low percentages. Now battle rap just a memory because no one helped it live. That ain't happen, though, did it? Battle rap was about to fall, but Smack invented Ultimate Madness to lift it. The fans were quarantined. First live stream battle presented was Real Sick vs. Jada Knight. I'm at the beginning. No crowds, just the rappers and the staff in the building. Had to get them nose swab tests to show we in rapping condition. All the airports were empty. We were traveling in them, risking our health to give the fans classics to witness. That's why we here. That's why we That's why we here. This the biggest event we had in a minute. This couldn't have happened if my era or my class ain't existed. Our sacrifices kept the masses' attention. While the world was sick, we made sure battle rap had a prescription. And all you...
I just want to say something about that.
And that helps you
Keep this
washed
shit
up
going.
legends, cause you're bad for the business. All your matches lacking in interest. And take a rapper like me that respect the craft and is active in this shit to call you out so you broke bums can get a bag you can live with. And I know the cameraman is your best friend. Avocado's your guy. So this the new Jack City plot, but it's live. When Nino got G Money pop while he cried, cause your best friend shooting you while watching you die. I'm on that jersey.
He's not my best friend.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm on that jersey.
it's like a Step Brothers.
He's like, really?
I'm actually like, no.
Depends on how his crowd reactions are edited.
Oh shit! I'm on that Jersey shit, that going all out shit, real sick. And I'm the problem that you walk rounds with. You supposed to put in work, but that's wrong now, bitch. Cause you can't show up to work when you call out Jersey.
Put a bow on it.
like a DJ reaction, like the DJ.
Oh.
Like, yeah, if you run back,
I didn't hear
it.
that.
Yeah.
Were they doing that?
No.
Let's go, man.
It was a setup.
He was playing with a trick deck, man.
Let's close it out. Let's close
You
it
got the
out.
cameraman on your side.
Let's go, man.
Nah, he tries to make up for the fact that people think different, you know what I mean? He knows I don't like this angle.
Yo. His least favorite college.
Look. All right. Listen here, you big dumb idiot.
That was like more jokes. I was like, seriously, bro? But I was
Been around lecturing Rum Nitty on what hip hop is. He said this shit been gentrified. I'm more hip hop. I always keep extra rhymes. This all him. Clips.
He said this all
twerk. Lecturing black rappers on what hip hop is. Well, spoiler alert, stupid. It's not this. Yo, we used to cipher outside the events. Ain't that you? Well, where's your cardboard at, motherfucker? We used to break dance too. What? I mean, what? You thought you signed with Smack and started spray tag crew? Lame ass. Probably think a microphone's a great tattoo. Hip hop savior. We'll get back to that. See, it's understandable because he's only recently de-virginized, which explains all this rap aggression, extreme workout regimen, trying to channel tension, sad, pathetic 30-year-old grown-ass man going through adolescence. I'm married to hip-hop. This your divorce from it, dog. True or false? Premarital sex in Sikhism is morally wrong.
The people want to know.
I feel like most religions have that rule, right? Yeah. All right.
The hip hop. This your divorce from it, dog. True or false? Premarital sex.
Real sick, huh? I named it after, you know what I mean? Now I was like, all right.
yeah, I chose the name after I fucked.
My man.
Your divorce from it, dog. True or false? Premarital sex in Sikhism is morally wrong. Am I wrong? Or wait, so there's nuances in the culture that outsiders shouldn't claim to be authorities on? Interesting. You get it, Chet? We are not the same. Imagine a Clips, Nitty, Twerk, a Hollow, or a Day coming to your temple and telling you how to pray. We are not this. What makes you so hip-hop anyway? Thinks he's the voice like he should lead the culture. Meanwhile, his spiritual side's in need of closure, losing a cage match with this WWE persona. Plus that cheesy flow is mediocre, so the skill gap between us makes the age gap look even closer.
Oh, Mac.
You think you so hip-hop. The audacity. How many albums you dropped? How many tours you been on? How many
Sick thoughts in the summer.
events have you thrown? Tell me who your
At the time.
whose pocket
At
you
the time, zero.
Okay, cool.
The aud-
Like I had some hard-hitting questions. This round.
Yeah. Question round.
No, yeah, this definitely hurt my inner rap.
You think you so hip-hop. The audacity. How many albums you dropped? How many tours you been on? How many events have you thrown? Tell me who you're putting on. Whose pocket you put money in? Ain't opened up any doors. Excuse if I'm out of pocket. How many times I put money in yours? See, all your shit is surface layer plus. I heard his tape, it sucks. Like 3 songs out, claiming he write a verse a day. For what? You rap about rap, and I ain't got a dog in the fight.
It like reminded. I didn't write this with this in mind, but that line reminded me. Then what?
Yeah.
Didn't have the same impact.
Pass the Glock to
But like
Fox.
that was the tone.
Yeah.
Like 3 songs out. See, all your shit is surface layer plus. I heard his tape, it sucks. Like 3 songs out, claiming he write a verse a day. For what? You rap about rap, and I ain't got a dog in the fight. All your shit is surface layer plus. I heard his tape, it sucks. Like 3 songs out, claiming he write a verse a day. For what? You rap about rap, and I ain't got a dog in the fight. Might write a verse a day, ain't written a song in his life. I live what you rap about. You make it sound cheesy as hell. ASL interpreter. I put in work with these hands, and that speaks for itself. Like, dog, when I moved to LA, I slept on the couch a year straight. It was game changing. You ain't put the same pain in. I literally lived in the lab. Studio time and rent was the same payment. Back when my name wasn't quite known, songs that I made kept the lights on. I took battles mid-tour in Europe just to pay for my flight home. I mean, flights was cheap. Listen, flights was cheap, but life was deep. His idea of paying dues is ciphers, the 90s beats, and leg day twice a week. And I ain't saying I'm more hip-hop than you. I give a fuck who's hip-hop and you a cornball if you do. I'm just saying, you still think slogans matter. And being a doper rapper means writing a verse a day with interwoven patterns. It's all smoke and mirrors, cloak and daggers, earn stripes and battles. Forgot the wars you go through matter. So next to a real vet, it all sounds like stolen valor. See, there's levels you can't get. You step to a trained vet. At your age, I was what you never became, the legend you ain't yet. I get better with age and keep reinventing to stay fresh. You get what I'm saying yet? Real sick. Our name shouldn't even be said in the same breath.
They said it where? I don't remember.
I can acknowledge your best achievements, but shut the fuck up when I'm speaking. Only one that could cut me off is Kevin Beecham. I wrote with Takal.
Since he mentioned Scribble Jam, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's only appropriate shout out and salute Kevin Beecham. He was essentially the host of all the MC battles and like the mic caddy. Like he would go and snatch the mic from one, and grab the mic and give it to somebody else after the rounds or whatever.
But me and Pass were the only people that reacted. You looked at me like,
and I knew that I wasn't even trying to get. I didn't write this with a single punchline in my head. It was just like I'm just gonna say all this shit. You know what I mean?
Kevin Beecham sounded like an actor to me.
He's a reactor that punked Illmac.
But shut the fuck up when I'm speaking. Only one that could cut me off is Kevin Beecham. I wrote with Takal, had mustard memeing before Kendrick screaming, was underground in the lab cooking with meth like Jesse Pinkman. I did it.
Yo, if you ain't seen the mustard freestyle voiced by Method Man, go peep that shit, man. You know what I mean?
With Takal, had mustard memeing before Kendrick screaming, was underground in the lab cooking with meth like Jesse Pinkman. I did it off the top. Wreck shot. I was on the block. Feds watched. Even our cultures could have called it, dog. Headshot. Indian versus Indian, you know. Tomahawk. Red dot. But to be real, if you don't know the differences, let me list them then. When you had exclusive contracts, I was with the business then and with the pen on the business end. I'm native to this. I'm really him. Independent and indigenous. Bitch, is you listening? I put the indie in Indian.
If I was second and I had my second round and then you had this round right after, see, that's what I was saying. It kind of like wipes
that's
the
a good point.
Yeah. This shit is crazy, bro.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
What? Talk about on rap shit. Talk about on I'm really him. Independent and indigenous. Bitch, is you listening? I put the indie in Indian. Talk about on rap shit. Talk about on rap shit and then talked about battles where I rap shit. What the fuck are you talking about? If you don't know the differences, let me list them then. When you had exclusive contracts, I was with the business then and with the pen on the business end. I'm native to this. I'm really him. Independent and indigenous. Bitches, you listening? I put the indie in Indian. I split his cabbage. The kimchi stew. Mint seafood. Really cooking. Plus, I'm nasty with the hands, like his street food. The It's a fact. That's a fact. I split his cabbage. The kimchi stew, mint seafood, really cooking. Plus I'm nasty with the hands, like his street food. The pin seafood, it's Pimp C Smooth. He been watching me since preschool. Sick, be cool. He said, word. I was in the 8th grade when you won the World Rap Championship. Bitch, me too. I said the pin seafood, it's Pimp C Smooth. He been watching me since preschool. Sick, be cool. He said, word, I was in the 8th grade when you won the World Rap Chip. Bitch, me too. Let's talk about the true or false of it, dog. In interviews, you said you would run home from school to watch our shit or nah. You would log on to WRCs, watch them in awe. That's why you look up to me like you acknowledge your God. See, I expanded his universe. Then the star would evolve. Gave birth to what would become real, but it's cosmically flawed, because now he's going out with a big bang in the same space that started it all.
Slept on as fuck. That was the craziest.
What? Oh, run it back! I heard he a challenger, but he can't work with his caliber. TBL, set it up. Fuck around and see a real murderous massacre. Ill.
Let's go.
So how you guys feeling now you're watching it back?
Crazy,
man.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
It's a dense battle, and it's one you could go back and appreciate as hella replay value. You know what I mean?
That's the most important part about it. You go watch it back. It is hella long, but there's a lot of gems in there.
Yeah, a lot of gems in there for sure.
That's another thing. Being able to. What was your rounds at when you rapped them? Like when you timed them? 4 or 5?
It was my. I feel like my second was like 3:45-ish or something.
Yeah.
My first was like 4:20-ish or something.
Yeah.
And then my third was like just under 5 or something.
Yeah. All my shits was like 4 to 5. So like rapping 12
my
to
second was,
15
like,
minutes,
short,
the way we did, no stumbles, all that kind of
it's
shit. That's
insane.
All that
I don't
gotta be
think people.
saluted too.
Yeah. This 30 minutes.
30 minutes of
rapping.
It's fucking nuts.
That's a
Without the crowd reaction, it's 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So really it's about an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's one of those. I'll say, man, a lot of motherfuckers would have folded in that scenario.
No, that's a fact. Like, for real though, that's one thing that I
going
did
into the
commend.
second mainly, knowing I'm about to be like pickle jaw. After that shit, I was like, all right.
I will say this. I told Illmac this. The way I was standing, I don't know if you remember this. There was behind Illmac, there was 6 girls. I don't know. They were all congregated
On my side.
But when he started doing the jokey shit, I don't know, in the building it wasn't hitting because for some reason people don't like jokes. But all those girls were laughing. And I was like, there's something to that. You know, right there.
Sure.
The women are engaged.
Yeah, you got the dudes.
Yeah, he's got the 6 women.
It is 6 women.
But no, that's crazy because in front, so behind you, it was all the top tier.
Yeah,
battle
Rock
rappers and
was
shit.
behind me, I
Rock,
remember.
Mook, Loso, Ward. There was a whole bunch of people there.
Yeah.
So I was seeing that.
Yeah.
While I was rapping this shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't see all the people in the back
Behind,
and shit either, but no,
a
the
classic.
battle finally fucking happened. All the
go.
new shit, and I'm happy that it came out like this. It's a good piece of art. You gonna make a joke? I just mean it's a good piece of art on both sides. There's gems in there from both of us.
Look at that.
So,
Look at that embrace.
Look at that.
Look at that sweet embrace.
Look at that back.
Look at them. Look at them blacks.
Face covered up.
Yeah, that motherfucker's Yeah. I was like, let me go. He's like, say my name now. You asked for it. That's what he whispered in my ear. He's like, you asked for it.
This is the most like I wanted this battle to be one of my best performances. I feel like
it was for sure.
Like coming into this battle, I feel like I'm in a place in my career.
Miss Lupino said goddesses are an energy, and I got him. Mac.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
I was just saying, I feel like I'm finally at the end of my goal in battle rap, where I only got like a couple more people that I really like want to battle until, like I said, I start giving shots.
Give shots.
Yeah, shit like that. So
yeah, man.
A couple more people there, and then
how you call the third?
I like your third. I wouldn't mind if people give you the third. I think it's the round that's that your best round for sure. I liked a lot of shit in there. I'll give you the third. I liked my third, but it wasn't wrapped in a way that I kind of wanted to. We got to it at the end, you know what I mean? But like I said, I just wanted them first two to be fucking crazy. Yeah, you know what I mean? So
yeah. How like after the first one and then watching it back, like I know it's like whatever bias, but like when I first, I'm like, I texted you and Nino, because y'all told me watch it. Yo, I think you're gonna like it on the watch back. And I watched it. I texted y'all like, oh, I'm tripping about being humble. I'm like, I edged the first. I'm like, I don't care about the reaction. My material, I edged the first. But like, I thought personally, you took the second clear, and I think I took the third clear. You know what I mean? Like the furthest margin, like on some scoring, like you outscored my second more than I outscored your third with my third and the first to me is the most debatable. You know what I mean? But the energy, the room, like I could see people like saying you got the first two, whatever. You know what I mean? But
I'm
that's
happy
like
when
in my
people
general.
you
know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm
like
happy when people could debate it.
Yeah, that's the mark of a good battle. Yeah. You can debate it.
Anytime I had like my clearest wins, like Danny, Diz, shit like that, they're not fun on a watch back. You know what I mean? Like you can't, like especially like with Danny, like his second, for example, he rapped like 12 bars and then it was my turn again and shit like that. And then Diz nuking the whole battle. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's dope. I got to
do what we did.
Yeah.
And then especially too that we both got our shit off in a way that we want. You know what I mean? And even also standing in front, like if people call it 306. Well, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I don't care. Like that, all that shit. I really don't be caring. But as long as the shit is good on the watch back, and also I didn't fuck up your shit. You know what I mean? Like this battle meant something for both of us. Like I've been wanting the battle. You've been wanting the battle. You know what I mean? Like you said, like one top pins and kind of cat that you looked at when when you was young. I've been a fan since the era. I've said on watch millions of times, like Sick and Jay, like my two favorites of the new cast. So it meant something to both of us, and I'm glad that we both delivered on what I feel like it should have been.
Yeah, for sure.
Regardless of what.
Both our fans are happy.
For real.
Yeah. Salute to Sikh for coming through and finally being on Watchmen. Appreciate you.
Go subscribe to youtube.com/realsikh, man.
Yeah.
Run them up. Run the
album
freestyles
dropping
up.
this summer. We got we just got the masters back. You know what I mean? We already shot a video for it. We got another one coming. There's some dope shit on there. Can't wait to show y'all my music and shit. You know?
Somebody said we should do a compliment battle now. That actually be fire on Ron's platform.
We might as well.
Yo, he sucks at compliment battles though. I ain't gonna lie. He was up there in that Chilla battle, just dissing him sarcastically the whole time. Man, I don't want to do it. That's not, because I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna use all the shit he didn't use in the compliment battle and just say it with a smile.
That's why I thought that shit was funny, because it's like you compliment itself, but it's still kind of like a diss. You know what I mean? Some of the shit I said.
I was dying. There was this moment at the nicest event where you battled Chilla, I battled the Sawyers, and it was where I was right. Like Chilla and Real Sikh are right in front of me. It's like us three standing in this little back area, and it's right after their battle. And like there was this moment of like not awareness. I felt like y'all two were having two different conversations, and I was the only one seeing what really both sides, because Chilla goes, "Hey, good shit, da da da," and he's like, "Bro," Chilla goes, "Bro, You was just like dissing me the whole time. And the Sikh's like, yeah, I know, right? He's like, because it was like backhanded, you know? And like Chilla's like, yeah. And then like just walked away to go to the bar. And Chilla just looked at me like, and I was like, oh my God. Like it was like Sikh thought he was giving him props. Like, bro, you was dissing me. He's like, I know. It was like backhanded. And she was like, yeah, but. And then Sikh was like, oh yeah. Like went out to get a drink or something.
Hell yeah.